A huge welcome to the day show here on Jewellery Maker, where I'm not alone today. Of course, we are joined by the Sunday Experience, as well as the most gorgeous lady in shopping TV, I'd say. It is
so.
Debbie Balford.
Hello, you.
Hello, darling.
Nice
How are
to
you?
see you. I'm very well, thank you.
Good. We've just had a funny conversation because I said, Debbie, I love that colour of your hair. You've changed it. It's totally natural.
It is. Never ever dyed my hair. Never.
Oh. She's so Debbie Balford. She is so Debbie Balford. Debbie, my darling,
yes.
What have you got for us today?
3 fabulous kits, really lovely kits, all completely diverse and different from each other. And of course, we have a new product to launch today.
We do, which nobody knows about because we didn't know. You didn't know it was in the building this morning.
No.
But we've got it. What is it, Debbie?
Sculpey liquid clay.
I'm so excited. Now, I said, so Debbie, can we pour this into moulds? And she said, no. It's exactly the same, well, not exactly the same, but very similar to, obviously, the liquid silver clay that you can get. So you can use it to bind your bits together, to bond them together, can't you?
That's right, yes, to bond baked clay to baked clay or raw clay to baked clay, as was in the masterclass for the collar.
How fantastic. I can't wait for that. And we've got so many beautiful strands for you. The most incredible ruby we've ever seen.
Oh,
Had to stop Linda this morning, haven't we, from taking me in there. I'm going to get over and show you. The colour is beautiful. Come on over and see what we've got in store for you today. We've got a 10 a.m. special for you. We've got an 11 a.m. special for you. We've got a manager's special for you. And we've got so many gems of distinction strands. As well as that, we get to meet the gorgeous Sunday Experience team in with Linda today. We'll be going and meeting all of those gorgeous skills in a bit. Now, I've got to show you this ruby before I do anything. I think you'll agree, and I do love all of our strands here at Jewellery Maker. Some, of course, I favour. Some, of course, I need in my stash. Have a look at this ruby and just look at the colour, and I think you'll agree that it's got to be the best strand of ruby we have ever seen. Look at the colour. When you think ruby, you think this colour. Now, I've got to be really honest with you here. Very, very small quantities on this strand. Nowhere near as many as we'd like. So make sure you are going to be on the ball for this. This is for you if you want to make high-end jewellery. Of course, it's from the Collector's Choice collection. It is going to be a considered purchase against anything else that we give you in the show today, but it is going at a Jewellery Maker price tag. I think when we think Jewellery Maker considered purchase, it's still extremely doable, isn't it? And when we're creating special jewellery, when we're creating bespoke jewellery, when we're creating commission jewellery, this is the strand, a must-have strand for your collection. But remember, only a few of these were ever made. Only a few were ever shipped to us. So we're extremely lucky to have them. This could be the only time you see them. Now it's time to kick off the show with an incredible early bird this morning. I've got for you a beautiful strand of neon apatite. Have a look at this. You need to get on the line straight away if you love your organic looking gemstones, if you love those rough cuts, because they create such organic pieces. And I was talking to Linda about this strand just a minute ago, and Linda said, this is my kind of strand. This is the kind of strand I jewellery make for. And yes, we all love the gems of distinction strands, and yes, we all love our round beads and our normal shapes that we see every day. But when we see shapes like this, it's something out of the ordinary, and that's what's going to create different jewellery. This is what's going to create the jewellery for you that stands out from the crowd, because strands like this are few and far between, and aren't they an absolute joy to jewellery make with? I love being able to make something that I know I'm not going to see lots of out there. I love these so much because they are so natural looking. Look at that. Beautiful. I love the way each gemstone looks so quenched, full of colour. Look at all of that texture. Everyone is different. Everyone is random. A very random strand of shape and size. Wouldn't these look beautiful with some white pearls? Aren't they divine? I think that you could create the most heavenly clusters out of these. And you know that Linda does like making her feature necklaces with all of that texture and lots of pearls. I do think that you really could do that. Now let me have a look at the drill hole for you, because the first thing I want to know is, what can I get through there? Can I get wire through there? Because these aren't strands we see every day. So if you haven't ever used a strand like this, I do know that you're going to want to do certain things with it. So let me just have a look. I'm just going to move them a little bit. You've got your basic beading wire through there. So we know a 0.25 wire will go through there. And it does look like you've got a little bit of room. So I would say you could go up to a 0.6 through there. Certainly no more than that. Maybe a couple of strands of beading wire, beading thread. GXR U52, the colour is incredible. These are going to create your clusters. These are going to create wonderful rings, beautiful drop earrings, bracelets with pearls. It's the colour, isn't it? And it can be very summery, or well, actually, I think this could be quite a seasonless gemstone depending on what you put with it. The thing about this colour is wonderful with silver wire, beautiful with gold wire, so you can warm it up or you can keep it cool. And I really love that. I really love that you can gather these up and create something that's fabulous. Now, we're already getting allocations on the website for this one, approaching 20% of the stock has now been allocated on the website. So let's give you telephone callers a chance to 0800 644 655 if you are shopping on the phone lines today, or if you want to go online, it's jewellerymaker.com. Now, you're not going to believe the price tag. A very different strand going under £10. To give you that organic feel to your jewellery at £7.95. Do you know what I would do? Buy 3 of these, because you know what? We don't see lots and lots of these strands, and if you know you're going to love it, bulk buy. Who knows if we're going to see this again? You know, Ed advised me, as I was talking about the ruby, you know what? We don't have big quantities of this one either. And I hate you missing out on things. So please make sure you are securing yours online by checking out your basket. £7.95 for a wonderful strand like this, for a strand that's going to add so much texture. And Debbie, as a jewellery maker, it's really nice to work with a shape that isn't the norm, because you're going to create something so different. Would you agree with that?
I do, actually. And a lady, Sue Quinn, one of our lovely customers, came on one of my courses and happened to be here the day I said I like the white version of those and the black. And very kindly, she made me a necklace. And I absolutely love it, Sue. It's gorgeous. I wear it a lot. Because it looks so contemporary.
Do you know,
I've mixed it with some pyrite and some black onyx, and it's absolutely stunning. Because sometimes the jewellery, you want it to look on trend, up to the minute, and some of the round beads, they're fabulous, but that is just something so different.
Yes, I agree with that.
It takes it to a different level.
Totally. And also, Debbie, I'd say when you're selling jewellery on, you need your jewellery to stand out from everybody else's. It needs to be different. And we all love the basic round, but it's an easy thing to do, and we do see lots of basic round bracelets out there on jewellery stands, don't we? And so if you want to create something that people are going to go, oh, you know, that's different. This is something that, you know, is going to do that. It's going to make your jewellery stand out. I just love these. I love the fact that you haven't got tiny drill holes, so you have got the opportunity to work these with wire. I need to let you know that half of the entire stock has now gone and been allocated. Well done to everybody that's got those. Do you know what? I can't wait to see all of fame entries on these, because it is lovely for us to see what you're going to do with these. The button pearls that were on yesterday's show, I think, would go beautifully. If you've got any of those teeny weeny pearls as well, you could create something. I think when you look at strands like this, these blues do make you think about the ocean, don't they? And let that inspire your designs. It might be that you're inspired by a scenery in your mind. It might be that you're inspired by a holiday that you had. It might be that you're inspired by certain colours that are out there in the high street or in your fashion magazines. It might be that you've seen something full of texture that you've loved and you've never seen strands like this before. Or you've seen the black and white ones, but never neon apatite. This is a brand new strand, and it's absolutely beautiful. £7.95. Look at that code. Take a note of it. If you're umming and ahhing, take a note of it. GXRU52 is your item code. Get get yourself involved. Now, I do need to let you know, because I haven't even mentioned this, you've got a 30-day money-back guarantee on everything you buy. And if you are bulk buying today, a big, big well done to you. If you're with us for the first ever time today, then you know what? You're going to get a free tutorial DVD with your first order, a free book, and through your door every month, a JM Hub magazine. Now let's talk about the greens. I've got to have my greens. I love them so much. I do. I'm a stickler, aren't I? And I know it's terrible when you put your own favourite colours into bundles, but I had to. Come and have a look. Now, this green in particular is a very soft green. It's got kind of like a milky clarity to some of these, but I love it. I think it's zesty. I think it's fresh. I think it's beautiful. And we were talking about just now how we do use the round bead very, very, very often. And as a jewellery maker, it's your staple shape because it's the shape that's going to create your cluster. It's the shape in this size that's going to be your spacer bead. You can be really gemstone heavy in shoulder duster earrings with things like this. And also, if you want to bead with wire or on memory wire, these are great for that too, and very, very simple. With this colour, I think you could put lots of pinks next to colours like this. I think these would look wonderful with labradorite. You're not just getting that strand in the bundle, but I do want to show you individually. And actually, if you bought the apatite, I think that that will complement with those little rounds. And it's the little round that is wonderfully, wonderfully versatile. Now you can think about making your cluster rings. It's this size that you'd want if you want a round. And headpin clusters are great with that size. I love them. I think you could use gold or silver headpins and they'd look beautiful. Our antique findings would look beautiful with this as well. But you're not just getting this strand. Sometimes we want that roundness, but we want it to sparkle. So you've got this gorgeous strand as well. Now look at the sparkle. These are beautiful together. I really love my greens, and I know, Debbie, that I always go ooh on green. I'm just drawn to it. I love it. I think it's so natural. It's so beautiful. You've got such lovely tones here, and these are very natural. They're kind of rainforest greens, if that makes sense to you, in that sparkly strand. Now, these are both, the serpentine and the fancy jasper are both 4 mil, and they sparkle, those 4 mil jaspers, like you wouldn't believe. Then I'm going to give you same gemstone, larger in a plain round. So now we've got opportunities to taper with sparkle and with a plain round, with the gloss of a plain round. I really like those tapered designs, and I think here again you've got rounds. They're very, very versatile, and this is a stash builder collection for you. Then I'm going to give you some ruby zoisite with those emerald greens, those black veins, very dramatic, and of course ruby reds. These are fabulous together. Do you know what they're reminding me of? You know when you dip your toes in a stream as a child with your fishing net and all the streams bubbling away, and you've got the moss and all of that lot. It's got that kind of an inspiration for me. So if you are inspired by what gemstones remind you of, if that helps you on a gemstone journey, what do these colours remind you of? I think when you've got earthy tones, Debbie, it works, doesn't it? You can create very, very neutral pieces, very beautiful pieces, and afford to be quite gemstone heavy with them.
Yes, you can actually, and I think those colours look quite classic, expensive looking colours. And you can put chocolates with those, you can put the bronzes with those, and make look lovely coppers. Some of the copper clay would look stunning with that beautiful pendant.
Wholeheartedly agree.
And I think it would go right from your autumn time through to your summer with your natural linens and that sort of thing, right through to Christmas, actually. I know this sounds silly, but you put some of the ruby colours with those, like the lovely strand of rubies, and you've got a beautiful Christmas collection as well.
I agree with that, Debbie, because green is a colour for all seasons, and it's a colour that is prominent in all seasons. You know, I do think the serpentine certainly is a very fresh, I mean, look at that ruby together with the zoisite, it's stunning. The serpentine is a very summery green. It's very fresh. It would look wonderful with rose quartz, for instance. When you're moving into those deeper greens, when we're thinking about golds and reds together, we're thinking Christmassy. So this is definitely a good idea for you to build your stash up. And you know you're always going to reach for one of these colours. And it doesn't matter what what the season is, because you will always need those greens in your collection. Now you have got 4 strands. 4 strands. I'll talk you through the dimensions. You've got 35 carats of your fancy jasper rounds. They're 4 mil. Your fancy jasper plain rounds are 6 mil, 75 carats of those. 35 carats in your serpentine at 4 mil, and 170 in those gorgeous ruby zoisite rounds at 7 mil. The code for you, PGC76. We're going to give you, that's under, what is that, under £3 per strand? In fact, it's £2.49 a strand. Ed's just saying £9.95. Wonderful value, wonderful stash booster. Debbie Bolford's shaking her head. Oh, she went, what's that, Debbie? What is this?
I just can't get, you know, plastic or acrylic beads for that amount of money. That is just silly. That's
wonderful.
Amazing.
Wonderful if you're starting out jewellery making, because you know what? The plain round is where you start your journey. Well, it certainly started mine. Elastic, plain round. I was making stretchy bracelets for months, and then I went on to earrings. I think you make what you wear first of all, don't you? And you make what's easy. And you make things that you do and you think, oh, I can do this. And then it starts the ball rolling, and then you think, right, I'm going to pop that DVD in. Because if you're anything like me, you think, I know about elastic. I know how to thread things. I cannot. And so you do that, and then you think, oh, I want to go a bit further. I'll watch that DVD now. You do get it free with your very first order if you're a brand new jewellery maker, so please don't worry. And you know what, we are going to use terminologies in this show like jig, gizmo, jump ring, eye loop. What are these words? I didn't have a clue. When I started here at Jewellery Maker, it was a foreign language, and I know that. And so we do give you a free DVD, which I'm going to give you. And it'll teach you about all of this. And if you watch the show every day, you'll start to learn like I did, because I promise you, whole hand on heart, I used to love drawing at school. I used to love sketching. That's as artistic as I get. I can't make things, I can't sew, I can't knit, I'm rubbish at it. But I can jewellery make. And I can jewellery make because it's easy. And I can jewellery make because it's quick. And you see those instant results. I love it. Here's a little example of what you will get on that DVD. Really clear, really concise. And you know what? Because I work here, I have had a research on other tutorials and things like that. Ours are so friendly, and you know, they are user friendly. You know, and it's not robotic, Debbie. It's all very fluid, and it's all, you know, it's all nice, and it's with familiar faces that you know here on the show. And just tune in every day. If you tune in between 8 and 9, we have a get started show. We've got one tomorrow on jewel enamel, so do tune in on that one. But also go onto our website, jewellerymaker.com, and there's free tutorials on there. And actually, it might be that you can't decide whether you're going to get into this hobby or not. Have a look, see if it's for you, and remember, everything that you buy from us here today at Jewellery Maker has a 30-day money-back guarantee. Even if you start making the jewellery, if it's your first ever purchase, if you start using the kit and you think, do you know what, I can't do it, I don't like it, send it back. Even with the made jewellery. Only with your first order, mind. If you don't love it, send it back. That's how confident we are. You are going to love jewellery making. And if you can't do it, then send it back. We'll give you your refund. No questions asked if it's your first order, just because if it's not for you, it's not for you. But you know what? It's for so many of you there. Thank you so much for all your lovely comments, by the way, on Facebook last night. It's so much love for you. And you know what? You're an inspiration on Facebook. And if you haven't joined our Facebook page, please just click to like on the Jewellery Maker page, because if you go on the albums on there, if you're lacking inspiration, click onto our photo albums, and there is reams and reams and reams of inspiration. Every design you see on the show is on there. Also, we will put all of our shows onto YouTube. So if you see something you love and you think, I wish I'd recorded that, I wish I'd Sky Plus that, it's always on YouTube. So don't worry, just put the date, Jewellery Maker, and the date of the show in there, and it'll come up for you. Right now, it's definitely time to move on, because I've been gas bagging for long enough. Have a last look at what you're buying, because there's loads of you on the phone lines. Oh, and don't forget that if you are ringing from your landline, that is a free phone number. So if there are queues, which there generally are on a Sunday because it's our busiest day of the week, then please bear with. You can shop online, of course, at all the W's at jewellerymaker.com. Let's get over to that luscious lady. Should we see what we're going to give her to work with? Let's go on over, have a look, because it's on the side. Now, I'm not going to give you the price tag of it yet, because it is coming up later on the show. How frustrating is that they're doing that to you? Very teasy, isn't it? Now, Debbie, the greys, they're classic.
Oh, they are, they're beautiful.
I bet you're quite happy.
Beautiful. I am very happy, yes.
I'd be happy. Do you know what? Because you can work with these tones. This is
beautiful.
Very easy challenge for you today.
They are.
So I'm going to tell you, you've got to make something now. You're lucky you're not on the evening show, because last night we had a Coke can.
Oh, did
amazing. Debbie was amazing. She made something fabulous. So we have got for you these beautiful agate drops. They're Botswana agate and they're 20 by 10. Now these drops, we know you're going to make a tassel because you're gorgeous and you're fabulous at them. Shoulder duster earrings are going to be requested from me, of course.
Okay.
Of
course. Yeah.
I love the sparkle from these, and I think they look wonderful with pink. Wonderful with pink.
You know me, I don't wear pink, and I would just stick these with a steel grey, or even with bright red. They look stunning.
Do you know what's interesting though? You know, nice. You've got gold in there as well. You've got some gold tones. So that makes it, if you've got loads of gold findings and you think, only silver will go with this, it won't. Gold, you've got gold tones in this strand. So don't worry about that. And never be worried about having an experiment with your precious metals, because do you remember, Debbie, in the 80s, it was, you cannot mix your silver or gold. You either like silver or you like gold. You can't like both. Crazy. They don't clash. They're amazing together. And now I think designers are like, come on, let's mix all these things together.
Absolutely.
And it's wonderful because it makes jewellery making now so much easier. We don't have to worry about that. We don't have to worry if we're selling our jewellery on.
You're right, actually. It has changed. And I think some of the antique findings we've got now.
We've got a kit with antique findings. I love them.
Beautiful.
They're my favourites. I love them.
Absolutely beautiful. And if some of the antique bronze wire or something, or even the red wire would go really well. I just think these are very expensive looking, really classic looking. You know, a pair of really stunning sort of camely trousers and lovely cream jacket, and very nice.
I think that you can make flowers out of these as well. Now, a top drilled gemstone is easier to make a flower out of, I find. But you make flowers really easily with the centre ones, don't you?
Yeah, quite easy to do actually. I'll do one and I'll show you how to do it.
Thank you, yeah, because I'll be honest with you, Debbie, I'm not good at doing them like that because I've tried it once and it went a little bit wrong, so I just bought, I'll tell you what I did, I'm lazy, and I just thought I'm going to buy top drilled ones, but I love, but you can't get top drilled in everything, and I look at these don't come in top drilled, and I would like to make a flower out of these. Okay. So yeah, that would be lovely, thank you. I'm so demanding.
No,
I'm so demanding. Look at this.
I love it, love it.
Who doesn't love labradorite? Do you remember we had a lady on the Sunday Experience and who'd never tried labradorite before, so we gave her some and she couldn't believe it and said, where has this gemstone been all my life? Because I think it is a gemstone you have to get home.
You have to look at close up, don't you, to believe it, really.
Of course, and it's just beautiful. I love working with it. You know, I used to work on our sister channel before, which is where I think I'd seen it before, but not made a connection with it being a gemstone, if I'm honest, because I used to think it must be something underneath the cabochon, and then put resonant. You know, that's what my assumption was, and then I realised this is a gemstone, and suddenly it's an amazement.
I know, Mother Nature's wonderful.
Oh yeah. Howlite as well with the whites. Now, of course, we're not giving this to you right now, so please stay tuned. I'm going to go over, I'm going to give you those to have a little fiddle with. Let's get in there and meet those gorgeous ladies on the Sunday Experience.
If for any reason you're not satisfied, you have the benefit of our no-quibble 30-day money-back guarantee. Just complete the returns form enclosed with your goods and send them back for a full refund.
Hello, hello. I'm going to sit down. No cakes today. I told you, girls, no entry without cakes, didn't I? I'm only joking. It's Sunday. We can't eat cakes on a Sunday. Now, hello again, you.
Hello, how are you?
I'm great. I've been looking through your box of tiaras and they're beautiful.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much.
Absolutely stunning. Now, you've been on before.
I have.
Were you on an experience before? Or were you? Yeah, you were, weren't you?
Yeah.
I remember, not that long ago, was it now?
About a month ago now.
About a month ago, and you'd done some tiaras and you'd done some ascot pieces, hadn't you?
Yes.
I loved it. Now, What are you doing today? What have you gone for? What's going on?
I have the most amazing pack. I have abalone. I have is serpentine, is that? No, I'm not
I think
sure.
it's green lime jasper.
Green lime jasper.
Yeah.
You did tell me, I've forgotten, sorry. And I've got some pyrite, some faceted
Those
pyrite, which
pyrites
is
are
amazing.
beautiful.
Yeah, it's stunning. So that's the first piece that I've managed to do now this morning.
Already
So it's that one.
looking fab. Let's have a look. It's just got the ribbon
I'm
cord.
attached to something.
We're all a tither and a tangle. There we are. Let me just show that. What a lovely comb finding as well. Did we give you that?
I brought it with me.
I like that. Isn't that beautiful? Absolutely stunning.
Thank you.
So you've been on the Sunday Experience before.
I have.
Would you recommend anybody coming into the Sunday Experience?
Absolutely, it's fantastic. It's brilliant. It's really good fun. You get to meet like-minded people. Chris and I met.
You two, I thought you'd
on
come
the last
together because you were
together. So yeah, so that was something I started last night. Those are all from Jewellery Maker, all the findings.
I think we need to start doing feathers,
pieces.
Linda.
Oh yeah,
I love
definitely.
them.
Definitely. You can make. Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Linda and I always get on our bandwagons with,
about
we need
feathers.
this, we need this.
We need.
And poor Ed, he comes in and he goes, great show today. And we're like, we need feathers, we need feathers. We're very aggressive
need
with Ed this
feathers.
morning. We need feathers. I agree with you. Right, I'm going to move on. You get a beading. I'm going to come on over. Now, come with. I've not met you before, Karen, have I? Have you been in before, or have you?
Not on the Sunday sofa.
You've been in
on
a workshop. Which workshop did you come in on?
I've been on several of the Sculpey clay. They're my favourite, and I'm doing chainmail tomorrow and another Makumi Garnet on Tuesday.
So a big Debbie Bolford fan, I'll bet.
Definitely.
She's in today. Now, I don't know if you heard, but we've got some Sculpey clay paste today.
I did hear you say it, but I haven't seen it.
Now, is this something that would appeal to you as
Really,
someone?
definitely. I do a lot of work with children too, and they absolutely love it. And I've looked after children with special needs, and they love it too. So
Do
it really, it goes across all ages, especially children.
Do you know what? It's going to be half term again soon. Claire's saying summer holiday soon. Before that, Claire, they break up in a couple of weeks for a week, don't they? And it's a great idea because kids just love to be creative, don't they? And us parents feel a little bit better when we're not plonking them in front of the telly and we're making them do something creative. And they love it. They really
do.
enjoy it, don't they?
And they're good at it because they can make something every single time. There's no failures and there's no waste.
No, exactly. But with polymer clay, you're right. And we have got that wonderful paste coming up later. You're working with wire today, I can see.
I'm learning, yeah.
You're learning, but
Yeah.
this looks amazing.
I'm just going to have a go. It's not yet, but hopefully at the end of it there might be something worth looking at.
Intricate. You
We'll see.
You haven't been on a wire work course?
No, that comes afterwards.
Have you got one of our DVDs?
Oh, I've got all of them.
Have you?
Yeah,
Would
I
you
love them.
recommend the DVDs then to people out there?
Through the DVDs, I was able to teach.
Really?
So I watched all the DVDs, I practiced everything, and then I started making jewellery. People liked it, so I started teaching, and I've loved it. So
How long have you been jewellery making for, Karen?
about 3 or 4 months after you started, I finally found it.
So about 2.5 years then, too.
Yeah. Always been a crafter, but never jewellery up till then.
Isn't it wonderful? And
Yeah,
what I
love
love
it.
about jewellery making is actually you can incorporate your crafts already that
Definitely.
you've got, and you can
Yeah.
put it in.
Yeah.
I've got to move on. I wish I could stay in here with you girls, but just get my knees up. Oh, right. I'll talk to you in a minute, Linda. I'll talk to you in a minute. Hello, Chris. I love your top. You look very pretty. Now, you've been on a Sunday Experience with me before, haven't you?
Yep.
And you're back for more.
I am.
And so obviously it's worth coming in. Why are you coming back in again? Did you love it?
Awesome. It's lovely to meet like-minded people and to come and see the kits and have a play before you actually buy them as well, which is good.
This is the thing. We do give everybody on the Sunday Experience the chance to work with the strands that we're bringing everybody live on the shows. And you've got what? Tiger's Eye by the looks. Oh, you've made already loads.
Yeah.
Now you're using the tassels that come. If I can just give you that microphone, sorry, make you work for it. Have a look. So the use of the tassel on there as well. Do
Yeah.
you do that often?
If I have the gems of distinction, yeah. It's pointless just chucking them back in your box. Just as well use them and make them a bit of a feature.
They look fantastic, don't they? Now, if you want to come on the Sunday experience, all you've got to do is just call the call centre. They'll guide you in the right direction and put you on the list. Come on in and meet us all. We do love and I'm very inspired by you when you come in. So you're working with all those lovely neutral tones.
Yeah.
And how long have you been jewellery making for?
Just over 2 years.
So just over 2 years. You don't have to have been jewellery making for years to come on the Sunday experience. It might be that you're brand new to jewellery making. Right, ladies are coming on over. You came in this morning together, didn't you, girls? Have you been in? I'm coming down. Oh, my knees! You're Pat. Good morning, Pat.
Good morning.
Have you been in this? Have you been to jewellery maker before, Pat?
I've been on a sort of workshop with Natalia, a silver, and it was absolutely awesome.
Love it. Are you absolutely addicted to silver clay like me?
Absolutely.
What have you made out of it so far?
Rings. I've made quite a few.
Have you bought any in today?
No, I haven't. Not really.
Next time I want to see them. I want to see them. It is an addiction. Anybody out there that hasn't tried silver clay, please do, because don't you feel like a jeweller afterwards?
Yes.
Have you seen her pieces?
No, I haven't seen them.
You've got to see. Have you done silver clay?
No, I haven't done silver clay at all.
You've got to do
I would
it.
recommend the course to anybody. Really would.
Book yourself in with Natalia. We've had some great deals. And what's your name?
It's Millie.
Hello, Millie.
Hi.
I've not met you before, have
you
I?
haven't.
How long have you been jewellery making for?
Just under a year.
So not that long
Not that
then.
long.
And you're in the Sunday experience. Have you been on any of our courses?
No, I haven't.
So this is the first time in jewellery maker.
First time in jewellery making, but I've been sort of collecting those for about 2 years.
Have you?
Yeah, so I just decided that I'm going to make some jewellery.
Right, get in and make jewellery, and you're gonna come in and show us your jewellery in a bit, I think.
Am I?
Yeah, did you not know? Well, you better get back to work then, and we've got to get back to the studio. I'll talk to that gorgeous lady Linda in a bit. We'll see you in a couple of seconds. Good job I can trot, I tell you that. Ooh, have a look at this gorgeous ruby. It's coming up for you today. We've had to literally steer Linda away from this morning. Linda said, when you think ruby, this is the ruby that you want. An absolute dream of a strand. Real ruby red, isn't it gorgeous? Just beautiful. Gotta be, Debbie, the best ruby we've had here.
It is absolutely stunning. The colour when I walked in this morning just caught my eye. It's beautiful.
It is beautiful, isn't it?
Absolutely beautiful.
Striking ruby red. Now, I've got to let you know we've got a few exciting things on the show today, including a gizmo bundle, so stay where you are for that. Right now, I'm going to give you a brand new bundle, which is... Hang on, let me find it. Now, actually, Pat, who I just spoke to a minute ago, is using this. Now, oh my gosh, Debbie, this is stunning.
Oh, it's pretty.
Rose quartz, I just love. Now, Debbie's going to show us. I'm going to be honest with you here. I'm really lazy when it comes to making flowers. I always like to make flowers out of top drilled gemstones because it's so easy. But not all of my favourite gemstones come top drilled. And I know very well that it's in the book that you get free. I do, and I have done it, but it wasn't as good as it could be. So Debbie's going to show me in a simple. You know what I'm like with following instructions.
Yes, I do.
I want to see it, and I know you probably do too. I need to see it. I don't want to look at it on a book. I want to see it, if I'm honest.
Yes.
So if we could do that, that would be wonderful. Debbie's going to show us later, because these are the perfect shape and the perfect gemstones to make a flower out of, because they're that gorgeous petal shape. I know a lot of people like to make dragonfly wings out of these as well, and I've seen that done a lot. I've never done it because I'm not that clever, but I know it is an easy thing to do because I've seen wirework experts do it a lot, but I love it. I really, really love it. Gemma Crow does it a lot. Rachel Norris used to do it a lot as well. And, you know, very, very pretty things that you can make out of drops like this. Now, the great thing, oh, Monet's Garden. Oh, lovely. Now, have a look at the frosted crackled quartz. Don't you think this would be the perfect strand for Shambhala? Now, we've had our hemp cords back in stock. Hemp cords come in big, 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 big quantities, and they fly out the door. And I will tell you, we only launched those hemp cords again last week. We are very fast to selling them out. If you want them, please go on the website as quickly as you can, because this strand is perfect for Shambhala style bracelets, I think. But they're also gorgeous for earrings, and you can make some monochrome pieces by adding a nice black onyx in there as well. I think these would look gorgeous with your polymer clay, Debbie, because they haven't got that gloss on them. So sometimes that complements polymer clay even more, doesn't it?
Actually, yes, because you've got them a backdrop for all the lovely colours in the polymer clay.
Yeah.
That just sort of frames them, if you like.
Yeah.
It's just like a back cloth for them.
Seedy beads, fluorite seedy beads. I'm telling Debbie because I didn't know that they were in here, and I do love fluorite. And in seedy beads, seedy beads are brilliant. I love them for a million reasons. I love that you can just make a simple stretchy bracelet, and all those between 20 and 30s hate them because they're young. Not really. I'm jealous. Are wearing these sort of stretchy bracelets all layered up in seedy beads. They look fab in them.
They do look fabulous.
All that boho look, I love it.
Oh, it really works, doesn't it? In the summer, beautiful.
And fluorite, because it fluoresces actually. If you are selling jewellery to the younger market and you tell them that, when they're going on their travels to Australia, they're like that, because when they're going clubbing, it'll glow.
They've got a story.
Yeah, and you can find your mate in a club if she's got something glowing. It's for safety reasons you need this. Now, this beautiful, beautiful strand just is going to complement anything you make. Now have a look at those fluorites and just imagine one in between each of these gemstones on a stretchy bracelet. It works, doesn't it? Now Ed's telling me that every single one of these strands in this bundle in its own right is an absolutely fabulous strand to have in your stash, because each one offers something different. When we give you bundles, isn't it great when you've got 3 different shapes and 3 different sizes? Because it means then that you can use them all together if you like, but they will also complement so many other gemstones that are in your collection. If you are thinking about making those butterflies, how wonderful would it be? The wirework body with the seedy beads of fluorite and the wings of rose quartz, because look at these together, they are just heavenly. Look at those beautiful colours. They're stunning, aren't they? DEG C42 is your item code. Let me give you your dimensions. The white frosted crackle quartz plain rounds are 10 mil. The rose quartz faceted drops 14 by 10. And those fluorite rounds are 3 mil. They're perfect, aren't they? £12.95 is your price tag, and it's fantastic. Big rounds of frosted quartz, and these are all feature gemstones. So what a wicked price tag you've got. Stunning, stunning. Just over £4 per strand. Fantastic. DEG C42. Please make sure you're checking out your baskets if you are shopping with us online today. So much you can do with strands like this. Let me just give you a little bit of a heads up. If you love your rough cut nuggets, if you bought the Neon Appetite rough cuts, I've got the perfect strand for you. Stunning, stunning blend, stunning duo. Now you've already got the neon. Look at this rough cut. Have we ever had rough cut labradorite? I have never seen it. What a wonderful strand. Gorgeous. I can't wait to see all those organic pieces you're going to make. Now I'm also going to show you, we've got a Gems of Distinction strand of labradorite that is absolutely breathtaking. Have a look. Do you know, Claire's just saying, oh, Labradorite at the moment, it's amazing. Now, I've obviously been with Jewellery Maker for a long time now, and it was so hard to get hold of Labradorite in the first instance, but secondly, it was so hard to get Labradorite that we could show you the Schiller, show you the Labradorescence on screen. We have been absolutely blessed with some of the most outstanding quality. If you think it looks fabulous on screen right now, you wait till you get it home, because we've got so many studio lights. The gemstone doesn't know which way to beam, if you like, but when you get it home and you've got one light source, you've got one light in your living room, one light outside with the sun, you know, that's when it's magic. And believe me, you're going to want this strand. It's coming up in today's show a little bit later for you. I've also got an incredibly beautiful strand of garnet. Now, what's different about these is the shape. They're like arrowheads, is how I would describe that shape, like little arrowheads. So if you want to make tapered pieces, perfect. Can you imagine making little wirework arrows working towards the heart in a real Gemma Crow style piece with lots of fine wire? Wouldn't that be beautiful? Absolutely stunning. Stay where you are, I'm going to continue, because I've got a new kit for you. Are we doing the kit now, Eddie? But before I give you that, am I allowed to talk about this now, am I? All right, I can. The gizmo. The gizmo, back in stock by very popular demand. The gizmo, and you are also getting wire. Red wire on a 0.6, and you're gonna get an incredible deal, a brilliant deal, almost a night show deal, in fact, better than a night show deal. Bit sneaky. And oh my gosh, and we have got the wire jig as a manager special with your 0.25 wire coming up for you at midday. Now, I'm gonna show you, first and foremost, our kit, our first kit of the day. Now, I've got to be honest with you, I love the first strand. I'm just going to take Debbie's gorgeous jig and polymer clay work off that stand. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay this one strand across it, and you have got the most tribal necklace in the easiest way possible. Now, if you were just to restrand this onto some beading wire with a finding of antique on copper, or your gold findings, whatever you want to do, how absolutely gorgeous is that? How striking is that? And it is a real tribal sort of Beyonce look, isn't it? I love it. They're so different and they're so dramatic. Now, I'm also going to give you some beautiful, and I'll tell you what, we used to be able to get hold of shell pearl all the time. Shell pearl was freely and readily available here at Jewellery Maker. Not the case anymore, not the case. Have a look. It is harder to get hold of for whatever reason, and we just haven't. Do you know what? The colour on these is stunning, very classy. Some silver shell pearl. These, actually, I had to do a double take on these, Debbie, because of the colour. I thought, hang on a minute, are they shell pearl or are they organic pearl?
I thought exactly the same.
Did you?
Yeah.
Good. Do you know what? What a lovely colour.
They're beautiful.
And you know, when you normally get silver shell pearl, it's normally a much brighter silver. And when you get a silver natural pearl, it's normally this colour. That's why I did a double take. I could see they were perfectly round, which is why the assumption straight away was shell pearl, but the colour made me do a double take. You're going to need to start buying this, so we're going to give you the, because you're already on the phone lines. Have a look at that Labradorite. The price is going ridiculously low. I'm not even finished there. I'll tell you what, you know, I was talking to you about antique findings and how I'm in love with them. I love them. When I see a kit with antique findings, I get super excited because they are so classy looking. They're so beautiful. And when I saw Debbie's earrings out of this kit, they went in my ears straight away. Love them. Love them. Antique findings, gorgeous. Just gorgeous. Now, there they are. You've got 100 with this kit, 100 findings. So not only have we shopped and put together the most glamorous trio of gemstones. We're also going to give you antique findings. You get 1 meter of your antique chain. You get 2 toggle clasps, 1 in the heart, 1 in the round. Your eye pins, your head pins, your jump rings. You get your crimp beads, your crimp bead covers, 3 pairs of shepherd's hooks, 2 of your chandeliers, and your antique finding balls. Not just that, and I'm so sorry that I've got to rush through because I want to give you the price tag. You also get some gold brushed beads. Now, I tell you what, I've been looking on Facebook the last couple of days quite a lot, and a lot of you got free gifts with our birthday show, and some of you got some brush beads, a few brush beads, and people who hadn't used them before are just raving about them, how wonderful they are, and how, oh my gosh, I'm so glad I got this, and I'm definitely going to buy them again. They are wonderful. When we gave these to you at the NEC, and Claire's just reminding me of this, and you're right, Claire, when you saw them in the flesh at the NEC, you were going bananas for them. They are so elegant, they are so beautiful. And you know what? What an Italian look that brushed gold is. It's wonderfully rich, isn't it? Really gorgeous gold colour, not garish, beautiful. This looks like, it's a gemstone shape. I always think it looks like the Superman sign. Love it. By the way, on the website, I'm so sorry, half the stock for this kit has now already been allocated. 3 wonderful strands. How many of these do we get? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You've got your monofilament, your elastic, and your beading thread. So if you're making your first purchase here with us at Jewellery Maker, remember, with a kit, you get everything, absolutely everything. Organza gift bags, you're ready to go as soon as you get this kit home. A crazy low price tag. Already 50% of the stock has been allocated for under £20. You could be starting up a new business in jewellery making. All you need is the tools. They're readily available on the website for under £10. So you could be starting up a new business for under £30. If you want the details for the tool kits, they're on your screen right now. The code for you is GLCR60. It's just £9.95. But it's all about this gorgeous kit. Before this kit sells out, I need to get over to that luscious lady. And Ed's asking me, can I do one thing for you? What is that, Eddie? Let's have a look. The gorgeous fortune. Which one? With the rose quartz? Oh, those gorgeous greens. What did I do with them? Yeah, they're here. Oh, I've just got to let you know there was a problem. What was the problem, Eddie? There was an IT issue. Okay, just to explain, there was a problem with the code against the system. So you weren't able to buy this. At 10:30, you will be able to buy this. Our IT department are just advising us that it will take about another 40 minutes, but it will happen for you. 10:30, you'll be able to buy it. We'll show you again. I'm so sorry about that. Be ready at 10:30. Let's get over to Lady Bulford and have a look at the gorgeous jewellery that she's created from this kit. I'm going to go on over now, Lady Bulford.
Yes.
Antique findings. I'm super excited about those.
I just think they give the jewellery such a different look.
I agree.
And the colour of pearls, I don't know who's put this kit together. It looks a bit like a Linda kit to me.
It was Sheila.
Was it Sheila?
Same thing, but the same
pearls.
person.
Pearls,
Never seen them
of
in the
course,
same room.
fantastic pearls. You're brilliant with pearls and colours. The colour of the pearls looks so vintage.
They do.
With these findings. I think it's a match made in heaven. I really do.
I just can't believe, actually, the colour of these. And I'm glad that you did the same thing that I did. Real? Not real? I can't decide.
Yeah, but the look of them at home, when I was making them, in the evening, sitting down watching TV, I was thinking, well, sure, these have got to be real. These are culture pearls, surely, because
they are shell pearl.
They are beautiful.
To explain, shell pearl is still a genuine thing. It's not a man-made substance. It is fragments of pearls that can't be used in jewellery, and they are crushed down and made into a pearl again. So the elements of shell pearl are still pearl, of course, and shell, but you get them to be perfectly round because you crush them down and you can then mould them yourself. Whereas a genuine pearl that has been cultivated in a natural way, obviously, you never get 100% perfect because Mother Nature
isn't like that.
But the colour of these are what made us think do a double take.
Absolutely.
Are these genuine pearls? I think they're so gorgeous with those antique findings. How beautiful.
Beautiful.
And how amazing that you're getting this kit for under £20. All of this
believe
jewellery.
That. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pieces.
Are these earrings from this kit, or have you got another one with antique findings?
Another one with antique findings.
Oh, good. I saw them this morning, I went, need. Straight in my ears.
That's
Love them.
£3 an item. £3 per item.
I absolutely think that this is such a big profit maker for you if you are selling jewellery. And if you're not quite yet ready to sell your jewellery on, I would think about it with deals like this. Now, what you'll notice about this strand, how about these purples?
Oh, some of the colours are just amazing. I was just looking actually because I did have quite a few left over. I had about half a dozen or more.
Did you really?
Left over,
but you've used loads of them here.
I know.
Look, this is mainly pinks and purples on this strand.
I know. I did a mark, I'm afraid. I separated the colours out, and I wanted one that was sort of graduated, another one that was just all one shape. But I just think that it is a profit maker because I could have done another necklace actually.
I love it. Claire's just saying to me, I'm so going to wear that with a maxi dress.
Yeah, well, I love the one with the pearls. I have to say that. I did try on and I thought, oh, I like that.
Isn't it? And then you've got the labradorite on the shoulders, and what you've done is spaced them out with your crimp beads that you haven't crimped.
Yes.
Now, I'm a massive fan of this with the antique. I love that look. I just think those antique findings are so classy looking.
They are.
I adore them. I really think vintage jewellery is so in.
It is.
Love it.
Beautiful. And with
the jasper strand on there is gone on and on and on. Now, let's have a look at what you're going to show us.
The one on the end, you said you wanted to see how the chain went over the top of the beads. That's what you wanted to...
Yeah, if you have a look, Debbie's sort of gone in, out, sewn, in, out, in, out, in, out. And I said, I haven't seen that before. Let's have a look.
Okay.
I've been sorry. I'm so sorry, everyone. I've been far too long gas bagging again. I get too excited.
Quick, don't worry. Measure round the back of your neck where you think your design is going to start to the back, so you can then measure out your chain. And then attach a piece of beading thread with a crimp. You see that?
So just in the usual way, loop the crimp around the link and then crimp.
Back through and then squash with your flat nose pliers. And then feed on your first bead.
Aha.
All right. And then pass the chain over the front. I think that's, you can see the front and the back of these. One side's quite flat, the other one's quite curved, so it depends what sort of look you want. So bend that over the front of the bead, take a beading thread and thread through the appropriate link that's going to hold the chain over the top, okay? Now I didn't cut into the labradorite because it's a lovely, beautiful strand. I thought, no, I shall leave that. That'll go in the shop.
Okay, all right.
So I'm using one of the antique bronze beads.
Oh, they look, do you know what?
Okay.
Have you ever seen the film Gladiator?
Oh, yeah,
That's what this reminds me of.
Oh,
that
really?
lovely lady who's beautiful and wears all that, kind of Roman feel to it.
And then go through the next link. The next link that you've just come through, go through the next one. And that takes you back down to your bead. And then do the same again. Pass the chain over the top, go through the appropriate link, put on another bead. This is just so repetitive. Put on a bead, go through the next link along, whoops, next link along, and repeat and repeat and repeat.
Easy then, isn't it?
So it is so simple, and obviously put your colours out first on your beading tray and make sure the colours are what you want in the order that you want.
I love it, Debbie.
So that's what you do. It just means you just don't string them. It's a different way of stringing.
I prefer it. I like that because I mean I love these actually on their own. They look great. If you don't want to be over complex with them, you can just run beading thread through them and they'll all look amazing. Yeah. But I like this with the chain.
It's just something a bit different, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
You can just take one. I mean that's necklace there. It's just got one bead. Just one bead, and you can just do your design around that
Have you
one
caged that?
bead. That's with 2 head pins and just kink them and push them in.
I love that look. And all those lovely brushed gold beads that you get with this kit. Now we are very, very fast approaching a sellout with this kit. If you've got it in an unchecked basket, you do majorly risk not being able to get it. So please act fast and check out your baskets. Right now, we want to be inspired by you and your designs in the Wall of Fame. Oh, I just love being inspired by you. When we show you the strands, it's so lovely to see them coming to life. Now, I'm so sorry we're going to do names and numbers because we've got so many
so much to get through. Yes.
This is Lady Belford.
190. Gosh, somebody's been busy. This is 190. This is from Dina in Barking in Essex. That is absolutely. Is it that way up? I'm not too sure. That way up, I think. That way up.
All those
I'm not
chips
sure.
are wonderful.
Those are fabulous. Well done. You've been very busy. There we go.
It's a memory wire. They look great. I've got a gorgeous set, number 189. It's from Maggie Key in Whitehaven, which is in Cumbria, and she's just loving JM at the moment. Look at all that chain. Beautiful. Absolutely stunning. Well done to you, Maggie. I love it. I love the set. Oh, those shoulder dusters.
This is number 192, and this is from Chris and Victoria. And apparently Chris made this for Victoria for a gift.
I love
it's his first ever go at making jewellery, I think.
No, it's
fabulous.
Not. That is not the same. It was his first try at Gizmo. We got that Gizmo tool coming up for you. Oh, what a lovely husband to do that.
Yeah.
Number 191. I do love a hairband. I love this. Is so pretty.
Fabulous.
And it's from Claire in Honiton. And this is her tiara with silver wire, freshwater pearls, and some quartz in there. Isn't that stunning? Absolutely beautiful.
Very nice. This is number 194.
Ooh, cufflinks.
This is from Samantha in Malden in Essex, and this is some men's cufflinks. That is absolutely beautiful. What a good idea. Fabulous. Well done. Like those.
I'm absolutely gobsmacked at this.
Gorgeous.
It's stunning. And I'm seeing these crackled agates in a completely different light now.
I know.
Una in Newcastle, I know that you're a very regular jewellery maker. Beautiful. You've probably been inspired by Laura Binding there. What an incredible piece of jewellery that is. Very antique looking. Absolutely
gorgeous,
breathtaking. Number 193. Well done, Una. It's gorgeous.
This is number 196 from Valerie in Shrewsbury. No, it's polymer clay. I think it's the cameo that we had. Yes, it's polymer clay cameo mould that we had. That's fabulous. Well done,
Valerie. Oh, gorgeous. I didn't know you had that cameo.
Oh,
Do you know, so in again now, those cameos.
I know, they are, aren't they? Beautiful.
Need that mould. 195. We are going to have some polymer clay later, and Debbie Belford, you know, Lady Belford is the best at it. And this is from Leslie in the Isle of Man. Now, Leslie, love this because it could work as a necklace, it could work as a hair vine. I think it's beautiful. Absolutely stunning use of those carnelian bicones, and they really work so well with the finer wire, with the twists, don't they? Absolutely gorgeous. Now, if you are joining us, you're looking at this thinking, there's no way I can do that. I'm a brand new jewellery maker. Believe me, you can do it. And you just saw, was it Chris that had done the gizmo for the first time? It looked amazing. So if you are brand new to jewellery maker, don't panic. There are so many new buyers today. I want to let you know again that you will get a free tutorial DVD with your very first order, and you will get a free step-by-step book. Here's a bit more information on how to get started with us here at Jewellery Maker.
We all know you need the right tools for the job, so here at Jewellery Maker we have designed a kit to make sure you have all the essentials to join in with the fun. With round nose, flat nose and wire cutter pliers, as well as a reamer, tweezers and a bead scoop, you've got everything you need in one place for just $9.95. We provide the tools, you provide the skills.
If for any reason you're not satisfied, you have the benefit of our no quibble 30-day money-back guarantee. Just complete the returns form enclosed with your goods and send them back for a full refund.
There are 2 easy ways to purchase from Jewellery Maker. You can watch our show on Sky, Virgin, Freeview or FreeSat and call our free phone number where you'll be put through to our friendly help team who can place your order. Alternatively, you can go to our website and click the sign up button. Once you have filled in the required details, you can start shopping. You can watch the show by clicking the On Air Now button on the front page. You can also use our quick search tool and narrow down your results. Once you have found an item that you like, you simply click on the Buy Now button and the item will be added to your basket. Don't forget that you can add as many items to your basket per day for only 1 P&P. Enjoy shopping with Jewellery Maker.
When you place your first order with us, you will receive a free booklet and DVD full of handy hints, tips and tutorials to help you get started with your new jewellery maker hobby.
If you have a question or query for Jewellery Maker, then you can contact our call centre on 0800 644 655 and press option 2. Or alternatively, you can email help@jewellerymaker.com.
Welcome back to Jewellery Maker. Firstly, I've got to just tell you, I am sorry if you've got that kit, that gorgeous kit in a basket, it's too late if you haven't checked it out. It's now gone and sold out. I'm so sorry to anyone that is watching in the repeats. The first kit of the day has sold out, and I do need to warn you, we are massively busy today. It is amazing to have your company. Thank you so much for all of your involvement and your generosity with all your comments on Facebook and Twitter, where you can follow us at jewellery_maker as well. Now, I'm going to give to you the opportunity to get, basically you're going to get this gizmo for half price. Have a look at what you've got here. 0.6 wire. Now, did you just see that wonderful Wall of Fame entry from Chris, who made for his wife a lovely gizmo bracelet? Beautiful. And it was a first attempt at gizmo. I've got to say to you that when I first saw gizmo work, and here is an example of gizmo work, when I looked at this, I just thought to myself, Jenny, you're not going to be able to do that. There is no way. It's neat and tidy, and anyone that knows me knows that I'm not neat and tidy in any way, shape or form, but I can do it. I can do you know what? Can I just show you? If you can do this, you can do gizmo. It is that easy. I hand on heart promise you. And I am a very lazy jewellery maker, actually. I do things that are easy, and I do things that, you know, like I don't ever separate my colours very, very hardly, unless I'm really going to spend time and make it as a gift. I will do things like go, oh, these colours look great together on the strand, I'm going to strand them just like that. You know, I am a lazy jewellery maker. I'm going to be really, really honest with you. I'm not half as good as Debbie Bolford, who would create something like this. Not even 1/10 as good as Debbie Bolford, but I can jig. And I can gizmo, and I can do all of these wire things. And I think, Debbie, when we use tools like this, as a lazy jewellery maker, that we all know I am, as a lazy jewellery maker, it's very satisfying that I can very easily make with a gizmo something like this. And I promise you I can do it. Now you'll see the red wire running through here, and doesn't it work well with all the other colours? This was made by the uber talented Rachel Norris, and what a beautiful piece of jewellery that is. And you know, we've all tried to steal this. I tried to steal it last night. It got taken off me. I'll be honest. I'm a bit too honest today, maybe. 0.6 wire. Let's talk about it, because it's not just brilliant for gizmo work. It's also brilliant because 0.6 will go through your ear piercing. So great for making your own shepherd's hooks. I love this colour, it's very dramatic, and what I do love now, you might be looking at this in a different light, this red, when you see it mixed with all those other colours, because, you know, as quite a pale blondie, I do sometimes shy away from red, unless I've had a spray tan. Again, I'm being a bit too honest. Then I can wear red, otherwise it just swamps me. But when I look at red and I see it blended like this, I want to wear this. I'd wear this all the time. So maybe that'll give you a bit more confidence to work with red, wear red if you make jewellery for yourself. Let's talk about the jig a little bit more, because the jig is going to, gizmo, I always do this, the gizmo is going to create that tight curl, that coil. If you look behind me, you can see, who did that? It's glorious. Rachel Norris, she's a genius. If you want to do designs like Rachel Norris, go onto our Facebook page, click onto photographs, Look under Rachel Norris. Look at this ring. I think probably all of our guest designers use gizmo, because you can also make your own wonderful findings. Even if the major mechanics of whatever you're making isn't gizmo, you can make your own very professional finding. This is a bit of a staple of Rachel Norris's, and it's something that we've all, I mean, I've copied that. And I can do it, and that's the great thing. And I think about when you can do things that look this neat and tidy, if you're someone like me, it absolutely, it takes my breath away that I've actually done that. You know? Well, what I'm saying, Ed, is sometimes I like, because I said, like, I am a very lazy jewellery maker and I'm not a neat and tidy person, it shocks me very much that I can create something that is neat and tidy like that. Now, and you can do the same, it's really easy. 100 metres of red wire, believe me, will go on for a very, very long time. Now have a look, because this is our Wall of Fame entry that I just showed you from Chris, who made this for his wife. How lovely is that? Made it for his wife Victoria. Now I want to show you on this email, Victoria states that this is Chris's first ever attempt at using the gizmo, and look how perfect and how beautiful the jewellery is that Chris has created already. Already over half of the stock has been allocated on the website, so I'm going to give you your price tag so you can get dialing and you can get started and you can get gizmoing. Please send us in everything into the Wall of Fame. Look at that gorgeous design, all available to see on our Facebook page. Click to like on Facebook, our Jewellery Maker page. Now you will be getting the red wire and the gizmo at a deal, which means to you that if you were to go and buy it on the website separately, which you can do if you want to, you will pay more than the price tag I'm about to give you. So now's the time to shop with us here at Jewellery Maker for £24.95, which I personally think is a great price for the wire alone. And we know that when wire comes in, it sells out uber fast. You get the gizmo, which is back in stock. It's been a sellout item time and time and time again. At £24.95, you are getting so much for your money. Loads of you buzzing around on those phone lines now. There is a queue, but it's a free phone number if you're dialing from your landline, so please don't panic over that. You can, of course, shop online. It's jewellerymaker.com. You're going to get a 30-day money-back guarantee, even when we give you fantastic deals like this. Please don't forget, in today's show we've got the most stunning strand of ruby. You might want to add it to your order, because if you've opened an order with this throughout the day and right up to midnight, don't forget we've got a live show at 5 o'clock tonight as well, right the way through midnight, you'll pay just 1 p&p. It doesn't matter if that parcel is totally heavy with your wire, you'll pay just 1 p&p. What do you mean? Stop talking, Ed. How rude. What do you mean? Well, come out here and talk to everyone. Don't just talk. You can't. He can't. He's got his hat on and he's wearing his pajamas. What? That's what he just said to me. Go on then. Go on, talk, and I'll do this, and this will be you. He's not happy. Why aren't you happy, Ed? Because everyone's shopping on the website and not on the phone lines. So you're taking it lower. Go on then. All right. Yeah, I'm with you. Go on. Don't panic if you've already bought this, because you will all get this at the reduced price. You need to be dialing now. Already half of the stock have been allocated. Cheaper than what the wire would cost you. $19.95. If you want to buy the wire separately on the website, you can, but you'll pay more than this. Cost you £1 more. Or you can buy these together. Do you know what the great thing is? If you have already got the gizmo, but you want the wire, you've got one that will travel with you. You've got one that will always be in your toolkit for when you go and you do jewellery parties, and you can show everybody actually creating. Also, maybe you've got a friend that's into jewellery making. This might be one to save in the present drawer for them when they're ready for it. XLG C72 0.6 wire. You've got 100 meters of that in the red, and you've got the gizmo. which is going to create beautiful jewellery like the jewellery you're seeing on your screens right now. It doesn't matter what colour wire you use, you can use all densities. Now what you'll look at there, see this beautiful jewellery, you see how there's actually a strand of wire running through the centre of that gizmo. Now you can do that if you want to start coiling it around and making shapes. Is that right, Debbie?
Yes.
You put a centre strand in through that coil and then you start to pleat it or whatever you want to do with it.
That's right.
Would you have done that? Would Rachel have done that with it? Oh, she has, I can see.
Yes.
Yeah, she's done that with it. So if you're plaiting, it's important to do that, is it? Because it
gives
keeps the
more
structure.
structure to it. It means it won't actually start opening. You can keep it nice and tight.
Debbie, can I use my gizmo for really fine wire, like 0.2 or 0.4?
You can. It's better to go. Well, 0.4 is okay actually. 0.4 is okay. If anyone likes to make the wire beads, you know, the roll beads,
yeah, the
that's
messy
perfect
beads.
to use really fine wire. Gizmo it and then pull it out slightly and then knot it and put it in your hand and it makes beautiful beads.
My mum came home with one of those that she'd bought from the racecourse
really?
craft fair. I said, Mum, did you take that out of my drawer? It looks like jewellery maker. She went, no, I went to the racecourse and bought it. I love it. I was like, oh, Mum, I could have made you that. It looked fab, though. She was quite expensive. £19.95 is your price tag. Now, don't forget, we have got that ruby, and it is hot to trot. Look at this. Absolutely gorgeous. Talking about hot to trot, didn't realise Claire Boulding was on Radio 2 in the mornings on a Sunday when I was travelling into work. Love her. Really early. Really early. Have a look at, I'm obsessed with that woman. Have a look at this ruby. It's gorgeous. It's so beautiful. Absolutely stunning. Just stunning. We've had to literally carry Linda out of this studio today. The best ruby we've seen at 1995. And if you say anything bad about Claire Boulding, Amelia and I are going to take you down. We're going to take you down. Have a look. Have a look at this beautiful strand of garnet. Now these are garnet spears, like arrows. In arrows, I've never seen this shape before at Jewellery Maker. A brand new strand again. Ed, have you seen this shape anywhere else? In another gemstone? I've never seen it. Absolutely beautiful. And it's coming up for you a little bit later, as is the jig, back in stock. So stay where you are. Right now, I'm going to give you, which labradorite should we give you first? Let's give you these gorgeous sparklers. A Gems of Distinction strand. Do you know what? It's a very long strand, actually. That's what really strikes me first. A Gems of Distinction strand. Absolutely breathtaking. And do you know what? The first thing Claire said to me this morning about this strand is, we're so, Director Claire, we're so blessed at the moment with the quality of labradorite that we're getting in. And I couldn't agree more, because we have been giving you labradorite for a long time, actually. We used to have so few strands to give you, and it was so hard to get the quality that you're getting right now. And when we could bring you the quality that we're getting right now, it would be uber expensive. We'd be talking over £30 per strand in the early days, Debbie. Do you remember?
Yes, I do, actually. That was the first strand I ever bought from Jewellery Maker, was labradorite. And the costs now are minimal to what they used to be, and yet the quality is far better.
You know, it comes from years now and years, 3 years of trying to source, absolutely, wholeheartedly going out there trying to source the very, very best. It's taken years, but it's worked. And we're so happy and delighted to be able to bring you strands like this. Rondelles as well. Rondelles as well. Beautiful as spacers, but do you know, I wouldn't use these as spacers if I'm honest. The quality is so outstanding. They would go in earrings. They would go as a feature. They would be a cluster. They would be a main focal point of my jewellery. Absolutely beautiful. Now, Debbie, when you see this shape in this size, we're seeing a lot of sparkle from these facets. Does that inspire your design, therefore? When you see all these sparkles, do you think differently, design-wise?
Oh, yes, of course you do. And I think when it's something so sparkly and so beautiful, you start to think about the stone, not as actually as labradorite, as a gemstone. You can almost use them like you would a silver bead. Do you know what I mean? Because it's got so much sparkle. You could almost use it as a feature sparkly bead. But you know, with that is so beautiful, I'd want to see it. So I think
that's what I'm saying, yeah. I want to make this the main feature.
A double-stranded bracelet, just with some lovely gold or silver or even rose gold spacer bars, you know, the two-hole spacer bars, and just have a double-stranded.
Yeah, the slider toggle clasp ones.
Yeah, that sort of thing. And just have a beautiful double-stranded bracelet that you could see. I mean, how gorgeous.
I want to go and get a double. I want to go and get a two-looped slider bar now. Ed, have we got those in stock, do you know? I need them. The toggle clasp with the 2 loops. It's a perfect idea that Debbie's just had. Check the website, he says. Check the website, I don't know. You know what, perfect idea. I don't want to put these on elastic. No. I want to put them on. Yes, Debbie, that is such a good idea. I'm going to do it. I love you for that. I haven't thought about those toggle slider clasps for a while.
I love them. I love them.
Yes. Do you know what? And they're great if you want to make twists and you want those twists to stay. Slider toggle clasps all the way with this one. So do add it to your order if you are shopping with us online. If you're shopping on the phone lines, just ask the call centre. They'll know what we're talking about. A 2-loop slider toggle clasp will be perfect because then you've got that look and it stays exactly like that. And the beautiful addition of silver. What a lovely strand this is. What a gorgeous feature strand this is. Too good to use as spacers, I think. Have a look on the screen. It is a limited stock strand. You need to act fast. At $14.95. But remember what Debbie and I were just talking about. In the early days, labradorite like this would surely have been over £30 per strand. Just because now we've taken years to source the most excellent quality for you. And because of our buying power, we've been able to get a wonderful price tag, which we have then passed down to you. We didn't have to do this, but we want everybody to work with this wonderful gemstone, and it really is wonderful. When you want a gemstone, and I always call labradorite the double take gemstone, because I see people sort of look at you and do a double take and go, did your earrings just make that beautiful blue? What is this you've got? And like I was saying to Debbie earlier, I was aware of this gemstone but didn't necessarily know about it before I started on our sister channel, Gems TV. I used to think that somebody had placed something underneath some resin or something in a big cabochon to make this wonderful, wonderful blue, like looking into a beautiful river or something, you know, that kind of effect. But it isn't, it's a real gemstone. And then it gets me interested, then it gets me looking and wondering about, you know, how it works. It's Mother Nature, it's beautiful, and it's a genuine gemstone. And it's definitely a talking point from you to your customers. If you are creating jewellery to sell on, you know, make it a feature. Say to them, you know what, I know it's outstanding and you'd think that it was something that was done to it, but it isn't. It's a natural gemstone. I think that sort of really makes your customers respect you for using things that are organic in your collection and maybe introducing them to a new gemstone. Unless you shop with big price tags, you know, you might not have seen labradorite out there, you know, because it is expensive if you go to the big designers who tend to be the only ones that use this gemstone, either really big top designers, you know, whose names we all know about, very, very famous, or gorgeous jewellery makers. You don't see this gemstone in the high street. $14.95. What a wonderful strand for you. Stay where you are. I've gas bagged again for too long about something, haven't I? I love it. That's why. I'm so sorry. Goodness me. Let's give you another bundle. I do love that. Isn't it gorgeous? Isn't it gorgeous? Now, I'm going to give to you a bundle that has... What is it, Ed? Because I've got nothing in my... Oh, you've put it in front of me. That's why. I haven't got that. I'll tell you what, it's in number 9. That's why. confused. We're all confused. Have a look. So we've got the big white howlite. Is this the strand you want me to do with the... Look at these. Oh, big rounds. You've got, sorry, it's magnesite, is it? It looks like, yeah. White magnesite, your unikite, and your faceted black agate. I would absolutely use these two together. I would absolutely use these two together. I'd use these two together as well. Monochrome, look there. Your rounds are your bread and butter. Your rounds are the gemstone shape that you need in abundance, Debbie. Would you agree with that?
Absolutely, yes. It's one of those things that even if you don't use them all together, you'll put them in your stash, and every time you get your jewellery kit out, you'll think, oh, I need something to go in between that. I need it to sit properly, and the rounds are what you always go for.
You can make an asymmetric feature out of a round. You can make a cluster, a beady bead. You can make flowers out of rounds as well, can't you?
Yes, you can.
Which you can do in like a little bit of a, you've done it in a wheel, and then you take the centre over the top.
That's
Is
right.
that how we do it?
That's right.
And you can do it with elastic or monofilament.
Yeah, of course you can.
Just not that monofilament. And do you know what? How sparkly, it's really important to have sparkly black rounds in your collection when you've got to create evening pieces and sparkly pieces. I think these would look lovely in gold or silver, wrapped around wire, and make a ring out of these, a single gemstone ring. If you're unsure how to do that, we do have a DVD on our website with the wonderful Louise Jacobson talking us through how to make wire work rings. Add that to yours, it's just $4.95. And do you remember we went into the into those luscious ladies on the Sunday experience? Most of them have got all of our DVDs. That lovely lady who said, actually, you know what? I actually watched these DVDs and then was able to teach from them. So definitely worth you popping them on. Here's a bit of an example of that Wirework Rings DVD, and the code for you is CBTY87, just £4.95. Add it to your order. If you've got an open order, 1p&p all day long. Now get yourself on the blower, get yourself on the website. Free phone number if you're ringing from your home line. 3 strands. They are all 12 mil. £11.95. That is under £4 per strand. These are 12 mil, and you've got a huge carat weight, 350 in the unikite, 420 in the magnesite, and 320 in the black agate rounds. The beady beads, the stretchies that you can create, the necklaces you can create, the earrings you can create, all from a round gemstone. Well done to everybody that's got theirs. Let's give you another quick bundle. I'm going to go over to those luscious ladies in the Sunday experience again very, very shortly. Now, Ed, where shall we... I'm going to give you these red and green agates. Now, these remind me of, if you ever used to buy those, you know, traditional sweets, go to the sweet shop and buy a quarter of this and a quarter of that. In the old days, of course, you lot aren't old enough. Me and Debbie know, don't we, Debbie?
We do, unfortunately.
Yeah. No, it's a nice memory. It's lovely. I'll have rainbow crystals, a quarter of rainbow crystals I used to get. Dip your finger in, it'd be blue for days. Have a look. Have a look at these. Remind me. I'll tell you why I mentioned that. Aren't these like those rosy apple sweets that we used? I love those.
Oh, yes.
They're so yummy. I wonder if you can still get those. So I know a certain supermarket does traditionals. Rosy apples. By the way, we're giving you a clearance deal on this one. And again, more rosy apples. Now, did you see the Wall of Fame entry where I said what a wonderful pendant? And it was Una who'd made that gorgeous caged pendant. Wouldn't these be beautiful with that red wire you just bought with the gizmo deal? I think they'd go perfectly with that. Now have a look. Corner drilled squares are fabulous. Debbie, can I do a ladder weave with corner drilled squares?
Of course you can.
Because I fell in love with that square ladder weave you did, and I know I bang on about it all the time. I loved it. Do you remember?
Yes,
did
I
it
do.
in that dyed howlite?
It just gives you big diamonds if you do it. It's lovely.
I love the way a square gemstone looks on a ladder weave, and I never realised what a major impact just having a square would have on a very simple ladder weave that we use all the time. If you're unsure about what the ladder weave is, please don't worry, because it is on your DVD and in your Get Started book. Now, have a look at these, because when we place them together, they almost puzzle together. Look at that. Do you see what I mean? So what you could do then is make pendants, and actually we've got the shape of a heart going on there, haven't we? So you could make almost a heart pendant. Now, I love corner drill squares for this because they create dimension, and actually they can be very contemporary. If you want to just puzzle them all together, I think that would look like a really nice stretchy bracelet with them all puzzled neatly together. How would I do that? With wire?
You can just do it with beading thread, actually.
Would you need a slider toggle clasp like the ones we were talking about earlier to keep it in place?
You could do, but you just a normal toggle clasp would be fine.
Will be fine.
Not a problem.
Now these drops, I mean this really is, to me, a rosy apple strand. I love these colours together. I think they're gorgeous. They're going to be brilliant in your Christmas stash, but you can make this summery. It just depends on what you put with it. If you bought the jig, think about how you can jig with them too. If you bought that red wire, perfect. NYG, you'll see 15. As you can see, we are going to give you a clearance deal on this one, so make sure you're ready. Should be over £15. Actually, do you know what? That's quite a good price tag. Look at the dimensions. They're 30 by 2 in the drops, and the squares are 20 mil. And look at that. Should be over £15 for the pair. You're getting it for £10.95. It's a great opportunity, and big dimensions here, pendant opportunities, different shapes, different sizes, an absolute asset to your jewellery stash. And it's lovely to have something different. If you haven't got any gemstones like that, it is lovely to have something different. Have a look actually, because you know, you can see that clarity. So if you want to use an uber bright beading thread, you can see it a little bit through there too. Now the phone lines do have queues. Remember that it is a free phone number. We're so busy today. It's lovely to have you on board. I hope you're having a lovely Sunday, by the way. And you can, if you haven't got time to wait in a queue, just shop online with us. It's all the www.jewellerymaker.com. Make sure you do check out your basket. Talking about firsts, which just came out of my mouth by accident, we're going to meet our first gorgeous Sunday experience lady and see her fabulous designs.
Start off by threading 4 gemstones onto your beading wire. Simply take one end of the thread and pass through the first gemstone. Pull tightly. This then forms the diamond-shaped pendant. The larger the gemstone, the larger the pendant will be.
Come and join guest designer Laura Binding on our intermediate wirework course. The aim of the course is to enhance your wirework skills and take your designs to the next level. You will learn more advanced weaving and binding techniques, which you can incorporate into your jewellery. The full course includes a selection of gauges of wire, a generous scoop of mixed gemstones, a copy of the Wirework Tutorial DVD Edition 3, a buffet-style lunch and refreshments, a tour of the studios and chance to meet the presenters, and a visit to our Gemstone Museum. All of this for just £79.95. To book your place, contact our call centre on 0800 644 655. Jewellery Maker, bringing out the designer in you.
You can now keep in touch by following Jewellery Maker on Twitter. Get interactive with Jewellery Maker.
Welcome, welcome, and how fabulous. I'm joined by the gorgeous Chris. I've been joined by you before, haven't I?
Yes, you have.
Now, I've just had a little bit of a snoop at your jewellery. You've used those gorgeous antique findings. I love them.
They are very nice.
Have you ever used them before?
No.
I love them. Can we get those individually on the website, Ed? Let's see, saying, you always ask me annoying questions, Jenny Cleary. I know. It's my job. You can. Sorry, Ed, I know you're busy. Now, I'm gonna just give you a quick glimpse of Chris's jewellery, and then we're gonna have a look at the strands that Chris used to create the jewellery. Have a quick glimpse, and then we'll talk about it with Chris in depth after I've given you the price tags for your gorgeous strands. Love this. Copper wire. Beautiful. And you've done a rosary.
Antique is on there as well. Antique wire.
You've got antique on there too? Yeah. Oh, yes. The blend of those metals. Love it, love it. So have a quick squiz over these, and then I'm going to show you the gemstones that Chris was given. I'm going to ask you to just hold that. Thank you, my darling. I'm probably going to ask you a million questions as well, so you might want to keep hold of it. Now, we've got 3 wonderful strands. Now, this red tiger's eye is super powerful. Now, Chris, tiger's eye, it's one of those gemstones, isn't it? People do recognise it when you sell it on, and when you're working with it, you just kind of get a bit transfixed by it, don't you?
It's very hypnotic.
Yes, that's the exact word. Is hypnotic. What about smoky quartz?
The smoky quartz is really, really pretty. It varies in colours as well. There's some quite lighter pieces and darker pieces in there, but it was really, really nice to work with.
You can see those different shades, different clarities. It's a great gemstone, and I know jewellery makers Debbie Balford will tell you it's one of her favourites. It's very, very versatile, very classy, and it always looks elegant, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Is smoky quartz something, Chris, that you use often in your jewellery making?
I've bought lots of it, but I've not used it yet. I was checking out my stash before I came yesterday.
Oh.
And yeah, it's very nice.
It is, isn't it? It just adds that nice touch of elegance. And then you've got your coffee stripe agate. Love this. What a combination. Now, you've got very earthy tones, and I don't know, Chris, whether you normally work with really bright colours or whether it is the earthy tones that you tend to use. So, which would you normally, in an everyday, in all honesty, go for?
Pale.
Pale colours.
Every time, yeah.
Okay, so like your pale pinks and your pale greens and things like that. So perhaps using this trio for the first time has pushed you into making things you wouldn't necessarily normally make.
Not so much things that I wouldn't make, just a different sort of
shade.
Yeah, and it's taking me out of my comfort zone as well, which is good.
Do you know, I always recommend that because I'm making it sound like it's a negative thing that we've given you something, different colours that you don't normally use, but I actually think when you do something that you wouldn't normally do and it works like the way it's worked in your jewellery, you sort of go, oh, yes, and actually now you've got even more scope to design even more jewellery.
Yeah, definitely. I just love the colours. I've never used the Agate before, and that's really nice as well.
The stripes individualise every single gemstone, don't they?
There's not 2 the same in the entire strand.
And that really, that does do it for me with gemstones, because then you can say, look to your customers, look how organic these are. You're never going to get the exact same design twice. And when you look at this beautiful bracelet that Chris has created, and I got to say, the antique findings together with that coffee agate are the perfect blend, aren't they?
Yeah, really, really nice.
I think they're gorgeous.
You should have put perhaps an antique in with that.
Yeah, do you know what? We're giving you just the strands on their own. So if you want to buy any wire to complement it or any findings to complement it, the antique findings are available on our website. But if you did manage to get hold of the first kit of the day so far, you've got 100 of those involved in there as well. I'm going to give you a price tag, and then I'm going to show you the most amazing rosary chain. I love it, that Chris has created. A gorgeous trio of perfect rounds for you today at just £17.95. 14mm red tiger's eye, the largest we've got in stock.
They're really weighty as well.
They are so weighty. What are the other dimensions, Ed? Because I can't see from all the way over here, sorry. I thought 12mm on the coffee agate. You can really see the difference in size there. And 8 on the smoky quartz. Now this is Brazilian smoky quartz, which has the most outstanding clarity. Now what I'm going to show you quickly, the strands, and then we're going to talk to Chris about how she created this luscious jewellery. Now I think what you've done here, Chris, is created jewellery that anybody can wear, and therefore I think if you're creating to sell, these are wonderful giftables, aren't they?
Definitely, and anybody can make them as well. They're not difficult techniques at all, and they're all covered in the JM magazine that you get first time round, the wire wrap loops and things.
Do you know, I've got to be honest, I hadn't done a wire wrap loop for the first time probably about 4 or 5 months ago, and now I am obsessed with it. I'm driving everyone crazy by just creating rosary this, rosary that. I love it. I just love it. Have a look. I'm driving Ed crazy in particular. Now you've blended your copper wire and your antique wire together, and I love what you've done there.
I didn't want to just stick to the one. I wanted to make a bit more of a feature out of the front of the
Definitely.
necklace.
Definitely. Do you work with wire a lot?
No, as we said when I came last month.
Yeah, you have been working with wire a long time.
Fairly new to wire.
Have you, since coming in onto that Sunday experience now, been working with more wire at home?
I've got a bit more of a stash.
Good girl, good girl. How long have you been jewellery making for again, Chris?
2 years.
2 years. Do you sell your jewellery on?
I sell some pieces on. I don't make as much as I'd like because I haven't got much time, but yeah.
So you want to make more jewellery?
Yeah.
And if you could, you would. Look at these lovely earrings. They're beautiful. Lots of you buying this one on the website. We're very busy online today. Lovely to have your company. Again, using that wire wrapping. And remember, Chris hasn't been wire wrapping for long. Couple of months, is it?
Yeah. It makes your fingers very sore.
You can use your tools, but do you know what? I work quite freehand as well. I like to get my hands in there and just sort it out. But if you use your tools and be a bit precise, then it's less achy thumbs. 1 mil wire is the worst for achy thumbs, but the results are amazing.
Yeah, that's what I used on the rosary necklace.
Yeah, see, this is it. You know, so you use 1 mil. Do you know what? Actually, that's very important. A 1 mil wire will go through these tiger's eye. So that's important to note as well, because sometimes I get gemstones thinking they're going to have a bigger drill hole on them, and they don't. Yeah. And these have got a large drill hole on them.
The 1 mil wire will go through all the beads.
It'll go through all of these beads, says Chris. At £17.95, Chris, thank you so much for coming in. I'll be over to pick your brains again in a bit, but thanks for your designs. They're just amazing and super inspiring, as always. Now, don't go anywhere. We're going to continue shopping after this.
Are you ready to shake off the snowflakes and celebrate summer? Well, how about joining us on Friday the 28th of June for our Summer Sunshine Dinner? This year we're leaving the Midlands and heading to London for an evening of glitz and glamour in order to support the Colourful Life Foundation. Overlooking the iconic Butler's Wharf, the Tower Hotel is located on the banks of the River Thames. This prestigious venue neighbours the World Heritage Site, the Tower of London, home to the Crown Jewels. Join Steve and Sarah Bennett, a host of presenters, as well as our friend and newly appointed trustee of the Colourful Life Foundation, Glenn Lehrer. There will be auctions and raffles, as well as the chance to join the Colourful Life Foundation's brand new sponsorship programme, an exciting way of directly supporting the projects that matter to you. Places are limited, so for more information or to book, please call 0845 612 2000 or email tggcball@gems.tv. See you in London.
You can now watch clips from Jewellery Maker on our YouTube channel. Get interactive with Jewellery Maker.
If you have a question or query for Jewellery Maker, then you can contact our call centre on 0800 644 655 and press option 2. Or alternatively, you can email help@jewellerymaker.com.
Welcome back. You're watching Jewellery Maker live with myself, Jenny, and the gorgeous lady, Debbie Bolford of Jewellery Maker. That's her title here, and I'm sticking with it. Now, we gave you earlier this wonderful bundle, 4 beautiful strands of your gorgeous must-have greens. Now, so many of you tried to get it. We didn't realise, I'm so sorry, we had a problem with the code. It's fixed now, everything's fine and dandy, and you can come in and grab your gorgeous green rounds. The code that you need is HPGC76. For less than £10, you're getting 4 wonderful strands. It's £2.49 per strand that works out at, which is crazy. We gave it to you earlier. I am so sorry about that, but it's all fixed and it's all fine and it's all lovely for you now. So pop it in your baskets. Open up a basket for that one, I would. The code for you one more time, HPGC76. Okay, 4 strands under £10. Doesn't happen often, does it? Now, I'm going to give you a little bit of a refresher on the gizmo jig that we had. Gizmo that we had. We've got the jig coming up for you later. I'm obsessed. You're doing a little jig, are you, Amelia? That was nice. Now, remember, we bought you this duo. We price slashed it down to under £20 for 100 metres of 0.6 wire, which can be used in so many different ways, together with the wire gizmo. Well done. Under £20. The code for you, XLGC72. Hello, Amelia. She's coming in making a racket. What are you doing? It's not the Amelia show. It's Jewellery Maker. One day. Right, now we're going to give you... Oh, do you know what? I've got to show you this, Ruby. I'm sorry, Ed. You have to wait. I'll do what you want in a minute. Have a look. Have a look at this strand. Gorgeous, heavenly, must have. Absolutely breathtaking. Doesn't even need words, does it? Doesn't need words. You can see, best colour ruby we've ever had. Super, super limited. This is it's coming up for you very, very shortly. First of all though, Debbie Belford, please let this kit be called Mermaid's Tail, because that's what it should be called. I love it. Peruvian Dreams. Parisian Dreams. Have a look at these. I love it. Oh, I love it. Oh, I love these colours. Heavenly. Have you ever seen a wonderful sort of a painting, a pre-Raphaelite of heaven? You know, with all these wonderful colours. That's what this reminds me of. Those really old paintings of heaven that are gorgeous. And whether you believe in that kind of thing or not, the paintings exist and they are lovely, aren't they? And they're calming and they're relaxing. What beautiful colours I've got here. But for me, maybe for you too, the most important thing about this kit is the fact that we've got aquamarine of the most fantastic clarity and the most beautiful quality. There is a lot of talk, a lot of whispers in the jewellery industry that this wonderful gemstone is going to become the 6th precious gemstone. Get it while you can. Get it while you can. Aquamarine, the birth gemstone of March, a gemstone that everybody recognises. You tell your customers that you've got aquamarine. Firstly, I think they'll probably be quite shocked that you are jewellery making with aquamarine, because for me, aquamarine before I started jewellery making is not a gemstone I would ever imagine jewellery making with unless I'd gone to a vintage shop, bought a very expensive piece of jewellery, taken it apart and put it into my jewellery. That's how I would have thought was the only way I could have got aquamarine into my designs. But no, here on Jewellery Maker, we're giving you the opportunity to have a huge strand of gorgeous aquamarine. Just breathtaking. Do you know what? I do think that this is a very beautiful gemstone, and I really do think that it's a gemstone we do need to make a huge fuss over. We've got some information on why we think Aquamarine is incredible.
Aquamarine is known as the gem of the sea. Its beautiful blue hues represents the stunning colours of the ocean. It's a member of the beryl family and is closely related to emeralds and morganites. Brazil has been a major supplier for aquamarine. Nowadays we find some beautiful pieces from Zambia, Nigeria, Madagascar and Mozambique.
Certainly a gemstone worth all of the fuss, and certainly a gemstone of distinction strand in your kit today. So this is a high-end kit. This is a beautiful kit. The cool, refreshing colours are going to really lift your jewellery. And perhaps if you want to create jewellery that you want to get valued, I think this would be a great one to get a hold of. Now, I think a beautiful complement to this gemstone is your Amazonite drops. Now, this is why I say that this kit is heavenly. Isn't it beautiful? Absolutely stunning. And it's breathtaking. And you're going to create something special and beautiful and incredibly, incredibly expensive looking. And that's the key, isn't it? And then to bring you power shell. Now this is why I'm thinking of mermaids now. I'm thinking of the ocean, I'm thinking of the iridescence, and I just think this kit is striking. If you bought that strand of labradorite, you need this kit in your collection. But I'm not just leaving you with 3 strands, I'm gonna give you something else incredible. And not just that, you're going to go crazy. You've got hematite to give you not only that wonderful weight, but that incredible sparkle. There's something else even more luxurious to give you. 42 pieces. 42 pieces of solid sterling silver. There is no way I would make jewellery with aquamarine of this quality without using solid sterling silver or gold findings. I wouldn't do it. I want to make jewellery with that strand that I'm going to get valued. I want to use solid sterling silver. You've got your eye pins, your head pins, your shepherd's hooks, your bolt rings, your matching jump rings to go with the bolt rings. You've got your open 7mm jump rings, and you've got your sterling silver crimp beads. Expensive all the way is the impression that you're going to give when you create that stunning piece of jewellery. And whether it's one very gem heavy aquamarine piece of jewellery and you're going to use all the others for something else, you're going to make a wonderful profit, don't you think? Don't forget, the first kit I bought to you sold out in a heartbeat. Yesterday, all of our kits sold out. Now, for the first time that I've seen in a very long time, we're giving you solid sterling silver. You've all been demanding it with the high-end gemstones. We're giving it to you now. You're all on the phone lines. Loads of you buzzing around the website today as well. Don't forget, you get all the regular features of a kit as well. So if you are buying for the first time and you're wondering, why do I get a kit? You get a kit because we've put the gemstones together for you and they look wonderful together. You get a kit because you get all the findings you need. You get a kit because you get all the other elements that you need. Your beading thread, your elastic, your monofilament. But because we've put it together in a kit, we're going to reduce the price tag if you were to buy it singularly on the website. So great value, great gemstones, solid sterling silver. It's ticking all of the boxes. One very small price tag for what you're getting. Brand new today for £29.95. Don't forget, you've got some of the finest aquamarine, a gems of distinction strand. You are making a big saving. Don't forget, you've got solid sterling silver findings in this kit. The code that you need, JEGC45. Stunning, stunning, stunning. Absolutely breathtaking strands. Quality findings, everything I want to create jewellery. And you know what, of course you can use this if you're brand new to Jewellery Maker. I do think if you are at a stage where you create your jewellery ready to sell on, this is a kit you need. I think you're thinking probably about your profit margins when you're working with gemstones like Aquamarine. Debbie Bulford, how in love are we with this kit?
I love this kit.
Me too.
I left this till the last actually to make because I just thought I could spend the whole week doing it really.
It's that Aquamarine, isn't it?
It's just beautiful.
I love what you've done. I love. Now, Debbie, if I was lucky enough to be going to a ball or something like that, this is something I would wear. That it's absolutely stunning. And I'll tell you what, Debbie, even though it's quite modern with the hematite look, what a Downton Abbey piece.
Yes, beautiful, absolutely beautiful, and a bit sort of Gemma-esque because it's like her beading threads necklaces that she makes
We've
beautifully.
all been inspired by that.
Absolutely, and I've used the beading thread to come down to a point at the front, which I think is a nice feature.
It's gorgeous.
The colours there, it looks better actually against skin tone because the turquoises really show off. It is absolutely beautiful. Look at that. Look how delicate that is. I mean, can you imagine wearing it to a ball or either...
That's exactly... It would be something special.
Or Mother of the Bride, if you've got, you know, steel grey or turquoisey suit or something.
So many vintage wedding dresses. My friend Charlotte got married the other day, 2 weeks ago. She wore a dress that was 300 years old. A vintage dress. This would have looked incredible. And in fact, in her hair, she had hematite in her hair. Incredibly beautiful, incredibly beautiful. Lovely. And that's not all Debbie's made. There's some stunning earrings. Oh, I love this. A 3-strand weave bracelet. Have a look at this pendant. Now this is beautiful. Look at that tassel. Oh,
it's
Debbie.
To a T, that, isn't it?
Oh, I love it. Profit maker for you?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely, no question about it.
Look at this. And another pair of earrings. You've made a lot of jewellery here. And because you've got aquamarine and solid sterling silver, this then gives you the opportunity to charge those higher price tags when you're selling your jewellery on. And you can justify that. Half of the stock of this kit has now been allocated, happened in the last kit, happening again here. I think we're heading for a sellout. So please make sure you're checking out baskets. Now, Lady B, what are you going to show us?
I'll show you the pendant.
This one here. So I'm going to put this on the overhead.
Okay.
We'll get a quick shot of it for you, and then we're going to put it on the overhead so that everybody can see exactly what we're creating, because you can't really see that pendant so well against the black bust. I love the use of beading thread now as well, because do you remember in the old days when we began jewellery making, you tried desperately to hide your beading thread? It's beautiful. I love that we're celebrating all of these lovely elements now.
Absolutely. So there is your pendant.
You've caged a beady bead. Love it. Okay.
I have. Now, I didn't want to cut into the nice strand of hematite, so I've used some out of the stash down there, just some
You're
black
very
beads.
good like that, because I do it all the time.
No,
I'll cut into it.
No, it's
It'll go in a bead scoop. It's fine.
I know. Anyway.
No, it won't, said Ed. He'll restrand it.
First of all, you put 3 beads onto some beading thread. I'm going to start with the centre of the pendant, okay? Then you put the 4th bead on, and you go either way through your bead. You go one way through with the wire and then back through and then pull into a diamond.
Just remind me, we're pretending this is the hematite, right?
Yeah, pretending it's the hematite. That's the centre.
Sorry to interrupt you.
Then we put 1 bead on either side again, and then another bead, and again cross over. And this is just a standard beady bead for those of you who've never done it. This is the ladder weave, yeah, we've never done it before, and we repeat it for the 3rd time. And then you will have a weave with 3 diamonds. 1, 2, 3 diamonds.
It tries to curl when when you're trying to make the ladder weave, it does curl.
Don't worry about it. If you want it to be flat, just put a heavy book on it and put it in the airing cupboard overnight or something.
But you're making a beady bead, so it doesn't. You want it to curl anyway.
Exactly. Then you put 1 bead on either side, and you go back through the 1st bead, this 1st diamond.
Okay.
So I'm going to go one way, and then I'm going to go the other way and pull. And it will go into your bead, okay? Into your beady bead.
Yeah.
Now you need to get these 2 strands next to each other so you can knot them. So you go round, there's like a triangle on top of the bead. So you go round the triangle until they meet. I'll be as quick as I can. 1, 2,
You do need to check baskets out. Sorry to interrupt you, Debbie.
No, not at all. You're not interrupting me at all. So 3. Now you've got both threads now coming out of adjacent beads. So now you can tie your knot. So if I tie the knot...
And we can do this with monofilament as well, can't we?
I'm only doing it with this because it's easier to see on air.
I mean, I do it with monofilament because you then don't see it at all.
No, you don't see it at all.
But you can do it with beaded thread if you prefer that, because it is quite hard to see monofilament when you're working with it. It's
stronger as well. There. So there you've got your little beady bead, okay? This isn't particularly neat, but there we go. Then you need an eye pin. An eye pin is the one with the eye, with the hole. And then I feed on 3 beads. Feed on 1, 2, 3 beads. Oops. 3, if I can find the hole. Very difficult to see in the studio. There we go, 3 beads. The reason I put 3 beads, if you put 2, you can see they go all the way through to the other side. If you were to put 2 on, one would disappear into the middle.
Yeah.
So if you put 3, one sits in the centre.
How brilliant is that? I wouldn't have thought to do that, Debbie. I thought, to be honest with you, I thought that we were done with the beady bead and we were just going to go over the top now, but there's something more complex about it. Because I was thinking, how's that going to stay?
Ah, well, you'll see. Bend that over.
Don't ever throw solid sterling silver away, because it's always got scrap value. Put it in your scrap pot. Don't hoover it up.
No, oh gosh, no. And there you have a beady bead with a loop either side. Now that you can do whatever you want with, but what I've done with this is the one I made earlier.
This is a good technique to note, because that could now go in an earring, it could now go in a bracelet, it could now be a feature on one of my favourite rosary chains.
It could indeed. So what I need now is to take one of my lovely abalone shell, I love these. Then feed on one, then feed on one of the loops from your beady bead, another abalone shell, and then I've got a jump ring, and attached to my jump ring I've just got lots of loops of this. That would be my tassel. So that would be my ready-made tassel hanging, okay?
Yeah, okay.
So there's my loop. And
but you've done all the tassels?
I've done all the tassels by now.
Okay.
And then I've put my abalone bead on, back up through my beady bead.
Yeah.
The last abalone shell.
So we're using 4 pow shells altogether.
That's right. Tie it in a knot, and it all comes together. Okay, so that's done all in one go. So as long as you've got all the components... Are we doing this with monofilament or beading thread at home? Beading thread, it's stronger.
Okay.
And actually what I did with this necklace, I made one thread that was really, really long, so that's part of the necklace. And the other threads, I literally just fed through the bottom.
What do you mean by that? You've made one strand that's...
The one thread that I've knotted, I made it really strong. So one of those threads goes all the way up here.
Oh, okay, right, okay, yeah, sorry.
But when I made it, I thought it looked a bit silly just with one thread. So what I did was I took extra threads and just thread it underneath and then over the top.
And that's where we get all the other lovely stuff.
That's right. And then I put one hematite bead, because I've got about 8 strands
through
there.
Which you can see here, one hematite bead, just to make it sit properly, just to make it behave.
Right. And then that's your pendant. I mean, how easy is that? You could do lots of those if you wanted to, I suppose.
Yeah, and then separate it.
Yeah, with something else, with a big bead or something.
How fantastic. Oh, I've just got to let you know, everybody, Ed's just telling me the kit is super limited. I think we're going to head for another sellout any second now.
So
if
beautiful.
You've got it in an unchecked basket, you must check out that basket. Please remember, if you're still there thinking, oh, can I get it? Can I not get it? You get a 30-day money-back guarantee. If by the time this comes to you, you think, you know what, I can't make that commitment to send it back. We'll give you your money back. But in a minute, that decision's going to be taken away from you.
I just said, the Aquamarine, I've counted them before we came on air. I've got 17 beads left from the Aquamarine. And about 7 or 8 of the little, not Aquamarine, the Gems of Distinction, the Amazonite and the Aquamarine. I've got loads left. I could have done another bracelet, actually. But I didn't have any more findings and things.
That aquamarine, the clarity on those little rondelles is
gorgeous.
Just... I can't believe we're getting it in a kit, actually. We're very spoilt here. And for under £30, this is your high-end opportunity, isn't it? You know, this is the opportunity. If you've just wanted to start... If you've wanted to start putting your price tags up, making things that are a little bit more expensive and that perhaps are personal, maybe it's somebody's birth gemstone. Aquamarine is associated with brides as well, so it's great for for bridal, great for bridal jewellery. Debbie, I've got something exciting to tell you actually. We're allowed to do the ruby over here. Because I know you love it, and I want you to tell everybody why, because it's one thing telling you why, but you know what, it's quite another one. We are so inspired by Debbie, and she is such a fabulous jewellery maker.
I just think the depth of colour, I don't think I've ever seen such beautiful, beautiful colour before.
I've seen it in really expensive jewellery.
Yeah,
you know,
I
it's
know,
that kind of strand.
It is that kind of strand. I just think it's beautiful. I mean, I would probably take something like silver bead or a pearl or a black onyx and actually thread the beads around it, so you then get it encased. You know when you go round and round and round with the beads?
Yeah.
So you get this like beautiful ruby, almost like a raspberry or a strawberry covered, a bead covered in those. I mean, and that would be stunning.
So you're covering the bead.
Yeah, you know when you get thread and you go through the bead and then you put some beads on, you go through again, and they end up being all the way around the outside of the bead.
Ah, yes,
like a cage
yes,
around the bead. Beautiful.
Well, this
Beautiful.
ruby, I would treat like a goddess in my stash.
Absolutely.
It is a goddess strand. It is the finest ruby, and we've all agreed. Linda's agreed, you've agreed, I've agreed. You know, everybody has been absolutely going crazy over this strand. It's got to be the best ruby we have ever had here at Jewellery Maker. Yes, it will be a considered purchase, but when you look at what you're buying here against any other strand, we're buying something that is instantly recognisable to your customers as ruby. There is no mistaking that this strand is genuine ruby. July's birth gemstone, a gemstone that is one of the most famous, one of the most popular gemstones the world over, one of the most passionate gemstones as well, and it signifies love, does a ruby. And you know, beautiful. When we think about vintage pieces of jewellery, when we go to the antique jewellers in our town or city, we see so many rubies in vintage jewellery, don't we?
We do. I mean, there's a handmade bridal shop not too far from where I live who've got a ruby red bride's dress in the window.
Really?
And it is the most beautiful dress. It's like a big powder puff, huge sort of tulle layers that's like a ruby red. Oh, it's gorgeous. Imagine that with a tiara.
Like a big Elizabethan gown. Oh, how beautiful. Rubies we do associate actually with royals of the past as well, don't we? Yeah. I've got to let you know, these are just going really quickly on the website, so let's give you telephone callers a chance by giving you your price tag straight away. Very limited edition. Now you need to know we have only got a handful of these. Only a handful were ever made. And this ruby is the kind of quality you would expect to see in a very expensive jeweller's. It is a strand that will look wonderful in your fine silver if you're working with your silver clays. It is a strand that I feel you must use either solid sterling silver or gold findings with. It deserves it. It is a strand of distinction. It is a collector's strand that will come with its little pouch. And it is a strand that not everybody's going to get if they don't act fast. EYGZ61 for £34.95. You have got a huge 25 carats of beautiful red ruby. And you know the first thing Linda said? This is ruby red. This is the exact colour we think of when we think of rubies. You can see this on screen. The light's not doing anything to affect the colour of this ruby. The colour is striking, the colour is strong. That saturation of colour is wonderful. It's beautiful, and it's quite unlike, Debbie, anything we've seen before.
Absolutely. Anybody who's just bought this, you're going to have such an exclusive strand, because there aren't many of them because of the quality, but you're going to have some exclusive jewellery. And make sure people know about it when they buy it.
I think, unfortunately, it does look like this is about to sell out. If you're on the phone lines, I'm advising you to stay there. If you don't uncheck your basket any second now, you're going to miss out on this strand. It looks like it will sell out in the live show. $34 in the next minute or so, in fact. £34.95. I'm going to keep you updated. There are people in a queue on the phone lines for this one. Do not hang up the phone. Has it gone? I think so. Right, let's have a look at your gorgeous designs in the Wall of Fame.
You can now keep in touch by liking Jewellery Maker UK on Facebook. Get interactive with Jewellery Maker.
Wow, the inspiration. Oh, look at that.
Know,
oh my gosh, that's yours, yeah. Number 197. If you love labradorite and if you bought that wonderful strand of labradorite, here's an idea about what you can do with it. 197 is from Rose Fellows in Aylesbury. Rose, it's gorgeous, and she's used two of her top favourite gemstones in this. Rose quartz, of course, and labradorite. Just beautiful, and it's so lovely to sell a whole set, isn't it? Well done to you. Now, following Rose is a gorgeous...
Yes, I love this. It's 199. That's beautiful. This is from Claire, who's obviously kumihimo'd this and done it beautifully. Yeah.
No. What?
Yeah, kumihimo'd it, yeah. Beautiful. That is gorgeous, and it makes it such a tight weave. I think it's beautiful for a bracelet or a front of a necklace.
I've never seen that before.
Haven't you?
Apparently, we did it in the day show yesterday,
Yeah,
and I
Lucy
did do
did it,
a how-to with Lucy in the afternoon. I've not seen... I mean, that's amazing.
It is. It's gorgeous. Well done.
Grab that kumihimo bundle, I tell you. Number 198. Is this peridot? I adore it. This is so pretty. Look what you can do with wire, everybody. Number 198 from Lorraine in Cambridgeshire. You have created something absolutely delicate, decadent, beautiful. I mean, that is a boutique piece of jewellery, is it not? Unbelievably beautiful. Well done to you. You are number 198. I adore that.
This is lovely, isn't it?
It is.
This is number 201. This is from...
it's from Bognor in Cloudy, North London.
And this is kumihimo'd wire. Apparently Lucy didn't have an example to show. And I remember seeing this at the NEC, if I remember rightly. And I think it's absolutely stunning. Just shows you that you can kumihimo with wire. Yes, you can. You can.
Well, do you know what?
Things that you can do.
I did think you could kumihimo with wire, actually. But it's not something I've seen. So to look at it now...
You can add beads to it and all sorts,
and actually, it's better now I've seen it, because it makes me sort of think, right, OK, yeah, I can do that. Fluorite stars. We had on last night fluorite hearts. How gorgeous is fluorite? Nina in Leicester. Fantastic. I love this set. If you're a fan of fluorite, you're going to love these stars as well. I think you can still get some fluorite stars on the website, so just do so. What have you got, my darling?
This is the
number 200. I'm so sorry. Number 200.
This is number 203, and I want it. This is from Michelle from Chester. That is the most beautiful, beautiful Byzantine chainmail necklace.
How do you do this?
Oh, I'm not going to tell you now. It's a secret.
What? It's a weave.
This is woven it together.
A chainmail secret, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. Yes.
Oh, Michelle.
And that has taken you a long time to do. And it says in here your daughter's asked you to make one 2.5 times the length. Good luck. Because I know
You've got to love those daughters.
That is stunning.
I love it.
Beautiful.
I love it. Oh, look at these lilies.
They're lovely as well.
They sold out as soon as they came in, straight out. Joe from Colchester, beautiful green aventurine lilies and stunning pearlies. And you've used a flat head pin there. A lot of people asking where to use a flat head pin. Well, in this instance, where you just want the accent to be on the pearl, which, do you know what? You need flat head pins for things like that. And you never know when you're going to get a tiny pearl, because sometimes a ball head pin can take over the design, and you want the focus to be on the pearl. That's where the flat head pin's great. Well done to you, number 202. Now it's time to meet with another wonderful Sunday experiencer. Have a look at some information on Jewellery Maker.
The Jewellery Maker Wall of Fame is where you get to showcase your skills as a jewellery designer. And each week, one lucky entrant will win £100 credited to their Jewellery Maker account, and the runner-up receives £50. If you want to enter your design, just send a photo to studio@jewellerymaker.com.
Or you can post your photos to Wall of Fame, The Genuine Gemstone Company, Unit 2D, Eagle Road, Moonsmote, Redditch, B989HF.
Join guest designer Louise Jacobson for our Wirework Rings DVD. This DVD contains a step-by-step guide on how to use a ring mandrel, create single and double stone rings, cluster rings and much more. Get the inspiration and help you need to create your very own handmade jewellery. To get your hands on a copy, contact our call centre on 0800 644 655.
Rachel and I are ready for ascot now, aren't we, Rachel?
We're going.
Yeah. Look, I'm going to wear this. I think it's an ascot piece.
Definitely.
I just said to Rachel, if you made me something for ascot, I'm not even certainly going. Oh, I am now. If anyone wants to take me, I'm coming with you. Now, you should be going to ascot, but you can't because you're working. Now, let's show you. She can't phone in sick head. That's a bad thing to do, and Jewellery Maker does not condone that. Have a look. Oh, have you used the jig or is that freehand?
Freehand.
Wow. Wow. She is good, isn't she, Tom? Tom went, she's good, isn't she? She is good. She ain't half bad, kid. Now, if you want to create anything like this, and it's gorgeous, isn't it? Isn't it beautiful? We're gonna have a quick look and then I'll take you through more in depth. Then you can grab this 3-strand bundle. I'm going to give you this to talk through. Now, have a look. When you were given this, Rach, I heard you in there, oh, I love this, what is this? And I was talking you through the gemstones that you had, and you were really excited, actually, about the Pal Shell ovals. That's the first thing you were squealing over.
Absolutely.
Why?
How stunning. How stunning is that? Whatever you wear, it's going to go with it. Whatever you can make it look casual, you can make it look really, really dressy for a night out. You can stash some of that ready for Christmas as well. It'd be amazing.
Now, you make a lot of fascinators and tiaras. You've bought a big box in full of them, and they are just stunning.
Thank you.
Is Pal Shell a gemstone you often include in your tiaras and fascinators?
Not in the tiaras, no, but the fascinators, yes, because of the colours, it'll go with anything. You've got your pinks in there, you've got your creams, you've got your golds, you've got your blues. Amazing stone, absolutely amazing.
The hematite. What takes my breath away about the hematite is its antique feel that it's got to it. We have every different,
absolutely.
not hematite pyrite, every single strand of pyrite that we give, I think, does something new, whether it's uber sparkly, whether it's lovely and delicate and faceted, and whether it's got this lovely sort of frosting on it that makes it look antique. Now, this hasn't got frosting, it's got very soft facets. Sometimes you get facets which are really defined and edgy, and they make it sparkle like you wouldn't believe. Now, this has a soft sparkle.
It's a subtle
and that's why I think it looks more vintage. Would you agree?
Yeah, definitely. It's quite subtle, which is why I put it with the antique copper wire as well, to kind of bring it out the more vintage feel of it.
Which we're going to see in a minute. And it looks more, I'll tell you what it reminds me of, it looks more hammered than
like the metal.
Than faceted, and that really appeals to me because it's a very different strand to anything we've seen. Now, these huge ovals of ocean jasper. Can I have the dimensions on those? They're big, aren't they? 22 by 30 millimeters. The abalone is 6 by 8. And that gorgeous pyrite is 8 mil. Let's give you a price tag, and then I want to show you the wonderful jewellery that you can, and I'm sure will be creating for £19.95, less than £5 per strand, which just doesn't happen for pyrite, does it? It just doesn't happen for ocean jasper either. Have a look. I'm going to show you quickly the strands, and then I cannot wait to show you Rachel's jewellery, because that's the most important thing about buying strands like this. Have a look. We are going to just show you each piece of jewellery. Have a look. Love this pendant. Absolutely love this pendant. Then I've got some gorgeous earrings for you. Very simple, on some chain. Love it. You've made loads.
I have. I've used almost most of a strand of the PowerShell, but there's still so much left as well of the others.
You get a lot on each strand, you really do. Have a look at this one. I love this. Long necklaces are stunning. Now, we saw at the beginning of the show a wonderful hair comb. Could it be a wedding piece or an ascot piece? Looks very vintage again with that PowerShell. Beautiful ring. And this is where the ocean jasper really comes to play, because it makes brilliant pendants for things like rings. Look at that. Isn't it gorgeous? Not done there. Someone's been very busy. This is what happens when we don't have cakes. People jewellery make. We do get distracted by cake. Look at that. I can't eat cakes anymore. Some cruel person by the name of Laura Binding put pictures of me eating donuts on the Facebook page. And I just thought, oh my gosh, I do eat a lot of donuts. I'm going to stop. Have a look. I'm switching to cheese. Have a look at this. Now, I've got to move on. Thank you so much, Rachel. We got so much to bring you in this show. We'll be right back with more gorgeous strands.
Add to your collection with our Wirework DVD, which is full of hints, tips and step-by-step instructions for all levels. Join guest designer Laura Binding as she takes you through how to create the Tree of Life, the herringbone weave and many more. To get your hands on a copy, phone our call centre on 0800 644 655. Jewellery Maker, bringing out the designer in you. Join Jewellery Maker and specialist guest designer Louise Jacobson for our basic wirework course. This class is suitable for complete beginners who wish to learn simple wire wrapping techniques to create stunning structural designs. Louise will teach you all the essential skills to get started, including basic spirals, double connectors and much, much more. The full course includes a range of different wire gauges, a bead scoop, use of all relevant tools, a buffet-style lunch and refreshments, a tour of the studios, a chance to meet the presenters, and a visit to our Gemstone Museum. All of this for just $69.95. For more information, contact our call centre on 0800 644 655. Jewellery Maker, bringing out the designer in you.
If for any reason you're not satisfied, you have the benefit of our no-quibble 30-day money-back guarantee. Just complete the returns form enclosed with your goods and send them back for a full refund.
Are you new to Jewellery Maker? Would you like to try a new hobby? Then why not give us a call on 0800 644 655 and we'll send you a free copy of our DVD and booklet to help you get started. You don't even need to make an order. Get involved with Jewellery Maker.
You can now watch clips from Jewellery Maker on our YouTube channel. Get interactive with Jewellery Maker.
Welcome back. I am absolutely surrounded by polymer clay, which is a good thing, by the way. Have a look at what's coming up for you later. Oh, I haven't got... Where's it gone? Here it is. Liquid Sculpey clay. It's like liquid gold, isn't it, Debbie? I love it. You know what? It's coming up for you today. It's a Jewellery Maker TV exclusive. Never, ever, ever seen before, but you're going to get it later on. You're going to get, first of all, a bundle of polymer clay. I am, of course, going to be talking to Debbie about this. Now, when you think polymer clay, if you are brand new to jewellery making, you're probably thinking, what on earth is this woman talking about now? Have a look at what you can create out of polymer clay. Of course, you can incorporate your own gemstones in with polymer. Look at that. Now, Debbie, we're doing, Debbie and I have done lizard's tails. I call it the witchetty grub. But it's the thing that I've learned to do with Debbie that just gobsmacks me every time that I can actually create like that. We're going to see things like that a little bit later. Right now, we're going to give you a wonderful price tag on a polymer clay bundle. Debbie's going to talk to us about polymer clay in depth. I'm going to talk to you about what you get. First and foremost, of course, you get your polymer clay. Each one of these weighs a pound, which is pretty blooming weighty. You've got your black and your white. Debbie, out of these, first of all, the colour, black and white. Are these colours we are going to use most of out of all of the colours?
I would think so, yes, because with all of your canes, once you start using your brighter colours, you need something around it, like a frame, to make the colours pop.
You're talking about canes. What does that mean?
Sorry, canes, I'll show you a cane when you come over. That is when you've got a pattern, like a licorice oil salt, that goes from one end to the other.
Okay, I know exactly what you mean.
Slice up and put on top of things.
Okay, so this comes with the pack. We're not selling it separately. It comes with your pack. You'll think at the price tag it's just for the Sculpey clay, but it isn't. Now, of course, if you're brand new to polymer clay, then you'll need a little bit of guidance, and you've got it in the form of Debbie Bulford on her DVD, which is fab. It's the Sculpey Clay Basics. These are $4.95 on the website. They're wonderful. Any of our tutorial DVDs, all of the jewellery makers that we've met today have recommended them. And one jewellery maker in particular has in fact learned techniques that she has then gone on to teach with on the DVDs. Sculpey Clay Basics Edition 1 will also come with your polymer clay. We're saying Sculpey Clay and polymer clay, it's the same thing. It's the same thing. So please don't worry that I'm using two different terminologies. You're seeing Sculpey here and polymer here on your screen. It's the same thing, don't worry. Now you also get your bead baking rack, okay? Now the first thing you need to do, Debbie, when you take this baking tray, your baking tray, is to, of course, take out the acrylic sheet that comes inside it. That's really important because when you look at it, it looks like it's an element and that you need to use it. Don't. Take it out. You will use it, but not for baking with. Now you'll also get your rods. Now this is great because you'll rest the Sculpey clay beads across this. It just makes your life so much easier. Not something you have to have, but something that will make your life easier. Your polymer clay baking tray, because you do need to bake this at a low temperature in the oven, not for long, not for long. We'll talk to you about that in a bit. And you get that acetate sheet with it as well, but take it out before you put it in the oven. That's used for when you're rolling and things like that. Now, you also get, you get so much. Now these cutters here in front of me, you're not getting, are you? You're getting these ones here. You're getting your cutter set here. How many different ones? Oh gosh, you've got loads in there. 12 individual cutters to cut out your pendant shapes or your bead shapes. Now you'll see I've got a great big box in front of me here. And what you'll think, what's she got a pasta roller on air for? It is a pasta roller if you want it for that. Don't use it for both. But if you go to, you know, I used to live in Cheltenham and used to go to this expensive kitchen shop, not to buy, just to have a little bit of a browse, because it was expensive. I saw one of these for £60. 60 blooming pounds, £60.
No, they're not cheap. They're not cheap.
Debbie, the prices we give for this in particular, you've never, ever seen such an amazing price tag.
Oh gosh, no, nowhere else. Absolutely no. No, I haven't.
Why do I need a pasta roller for my polymer clay?
You don't need it, but once you've used it, you won't want to not use it again. You can just use your acrylic roller, which you get in one of the kits, starter kits, but
I want to make my life easier. I do.
Make your life easier by using the clay roller, because every time you put your clay through, it comes out a uniform thickness.
So it comes even thickness throughout.
Yeah, it comes out smooth, and you know exactly that every time you do it, it's going to be exactly the same, and that makes your jewellery look far more professional.
So you've got that, and I will tell you, despite the fact that this is a heavy quality piece of kit, we're not going to charge you any more P&P. I think when you look at this and you can see it's made of steel and it is weighty, it's heavy, it's a very, very, very good quality clay roller. We're not going to charge you any more P&P. Mad. It is brilliant for you. Now, let's just refresh your memory. You have got the rods and the baking tray. You have got the 12 different cutters. You have got the clay roller. You've got 2 huge packs of Sculpey clay that weigh £1 each, and your Sculpey clay DVD. Surely, Debbie, surely this is close to £100 worth of value if I'm shopping anywhere else but Jewellery Maker.
I wouldn't be surprised, actually, because if you tot up every single piece, they're not cheap in other shops. I don't know how we do it, to be honest. I really don't know how we do it.
But I'm glad that we do. Get yourself on the phone lines, because this kit is going low at just £44.95. Here's an opportunity for you to start up a brand new element of jewellery making, which is fab. And I'm going to just show you, while you're dialing, what you can create. Hannah Oxbury created this, and it is just lovely. It really is, isn't it? Little butterflies made out of polymer Sculpey clay. Now also, Debbie Bulford, who is the most ridiculously talented lady, has created this pendant. And it's easy. We're going to go over to Debbie in a bit and see some techniques. Look at that. But before that, I'm going to give you an even more amazing deal. This is for you. Right, let's say you've got your starter kit. Or it's for you if you're the kind of person who wants everything all at once. You want it all now, so that you don't have to stop. You can keep going, and you can keep going with this. But if you want to further even more the options, I'm going to show you the extruder. I don't know if Debbie's got one over there or not to show you how it works, but I've got one right here. I'm just going to pop all of this away. The extruder really is fantastic. It does, here's some made up pieces of polymer clay just to give you some inspiration. Now, the extruder does sound like something from Harry Potter. Look at those leaves from Harry Potter, but it isn't. Don't you think? Extruder. Extrudiosum. Now, if you've got kids, you'll know what I mean. Have a look at what I've got for you. Now, Claire, talk to me. Do I get this DVD as well? Goodness me. And do you know what? I love these colours. I love them. So your extruder, first of all, is a very important element. What does the extruder do? Well, when I was little, and this is going to sound completely random, I had the Play-Doh hairdressing set. And I had little Play-Doh people, and I would put my Play-Doh on, and then I would put my people over the top, screw it down, and their hair would go out the top and be like little noodles, and I used to love it. That's what this reminds me of. It does it you? I used to love that. I did. Anyway, and you're going to love, it is a bit like an adult's Play-Doh, isn't it?
It is, absolutely.
Now your extruder, you pop your clay into, just like that, and here's my Play-Doh hair, so it will all squirt out of there. It's wonderful, and you can, it really is wonderful, and it's fun, but it creates very serious pieces, don't you know? Now have a look, you've got the hearts, and you'll make a whole tube of these. If you can imagine when you go to the seaside and you buy a stick of rock, this is how I remember, again, when I was little, seeing rock being made. And it was made in big tubes, and when you cut it, you'd see the pattern, and that pattern would work all the way through. It's kind of the same thing. So I'm just trying to help you sort of realise in your brain what this does. You're probably much cleverer than me. I have to do everything in simple terms. You can get really intricate with this tool. You can make beautiful little flowers. You can then press around your beads and they look wonderful. You get your DVD as well, which is Sculpey Clay Project. So this is ready for you to go the next level up from the first DVD. And it might be that you've just bought that kit at that wonderful price tag of $44.45 and you've thought, you know what, I want it all. If you're someone who's got to have it all, then you've got to get this. And it's not just that, because I do believe you're getting Sculpey clay with this as well. Oh, I love it. Just look. Not just any clay, no. Oh, look at the sparklet glitters. Is this a special kind of glitter, Debbie? Because it's not, just regular...
Just really fine glitter.
Really fine, no, because I've put glitter in there that I've bought for the kids and it hasn't come out as well as it does here.
I just think it's evenly mixed, I think, when they produce the clay.
I love it. Then you've got that flamenco. This is bright pink, and believe me, my daughter goes crazy for these colours. So popular with those tweenagers. Not quite teenagers, look. And then your translucent. Debbie, why would I need translucent? Talk to me about that.
Translucent clay, you can mix with other colours to give like, you can make flowers that look like the lucite flowers. They look really transparent.
So they've got a slight clarity to them.
Yes, yes.
Like a cloudy lemonade clarity.
Yes, or if you wanted to put some flowers onto a bead, but you didn't want anything in the background, you could use translucent clay for the bead. So when you baked it, you just see the flower. Translucent clay we use a lot when we do Makumi Garnet. Which I'm doing.
What, Minnie?
Makumi nim nim nim. On Tuesday we are doing a Makumi Garnet class, which is the pendant that you've got there. That's Makumi Garnet.
But you do Makumi Garnet with polymer clay?
Yes, we do that with translucent clay and the liquid clay as well.
It's a foreign language, isn't it?
Is it? I know.
You just make words up to sound clever.
I do,
That's
actually.
what you do, Scalpy people.
I do.
Just make a word up. Makes you sound clever. I like it. So this whole bundle is going for a wicked price tag for you. Are you ready? It's the next level up. Try us out. 0800 644 655 or the w's.jewellerymaker.com. If you're shopping online, that code for you, OBGC83. Are you ready for your price tag? What's the price tag? We need the price. Come on, we want to go shopping. They make you wait for it, don't they, these men? Hang on a minute, stop. Do you know what? I didn't realise you get cutters with this as well, and I haven't even shown them to you. Hang on a minute. I don't know if I can get these to you without them all falling down, because Amelia's put them, or Amelia, it's pressure.
You have a good play, Jen.
I'll try. Oh, and all the different sizes so you can taper. Love it. Love it. What about the heart shapes, Debbie? Can we make butterfly wings out of those? Oh no, you've got butterfly cutters actually, haven't you?
Yeah, you can. You can use for those to make butterfly wings.
And this one you can use. Oh, so you get those with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 designs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of each. So 25. For £24.99. It's not just the cutters, you get the extrudiosum as well. You get 3 of your Sculpey clay colours, and you've got the DVD. Wonderful price tag. Well done to everybody who's got theirs. 0800 644 655. Nice work to everybody on their phone lines right now. Oh, the first bundle should have been over £60. You got it for £45. This bundle should have been well over £30, on its way to 40, £24.95. Now, before we go over to that gorgeous lady, we've got another little treat for you. One more quick treat. You've got, let me move that out of the way. Out you go. Now, you've got 2 blacks and 1 white, so we're talking monochrome here. And Debbie's saying your black and white you use ever such a lot of. They're kind of your base colours. And you've got your polymer and wire fusion project. Now, Debbie, this is yourself and who else on the DVD?
And Rachel Norris.
Well, 2 absolute goddesses on one DVD. What more could we want? And do you know what? You're getting double the value for money, really, because you've got 2 experts, 1 DVD, an hour, uninterrupted, 6 projects. Fantastic. Do you know what? Top divas here. Debbie Bolford and Rachel Norris, top divas. Now, you've also got your Colourful Thoughts Gleam. Now, the Gleam, I've only used the Gleam with, not resin.
Jewel enamel.
Jewel enamel, yeah. I've never used it with polymer clay.
It does work beautifully on polymer clay. It gives more of a vintage look, but it is best to use it on polymer clay that's baked.
Oh, you've got to bake it first, don't bake it with.
You don't have to, but the problem is with the Gleam, you have to rub it quite hard. And if you're going to put it on something, it's
Misshape.
probably something that's got a texture, and you'll rub the texture away. So bake it first, and it's better.
Yeah, and you might misshape.
Yeah.
As well. Can I just say, this is the worst thing probably to say. It smells amazing.
It does, doesn't it?
Oh gosh, I could just.
It's like old shoe polish, isn't it?
It's amazing. Apparently somebody literally put on Facebook that it smelled amazing when I said that. Oh, sorry, I'll show the colours. I'll stop sniffing things in pots and show you. Now that gleam, I'm going to show you actually, because you can't see it. I'm going to show you. Look. To get that gleam onto whatever you're using. So you've got the silver. You've got, oh no, that's white. The white frost, of course. Then your silver. Oh, I love it. And it's solid, look, because it looks like glitter. It's solid. It lasts ages, Claire. It really does, because I've got these. I love them. And I tell you what, I will be honest with you, Mia uses these for her homework sometimes when she wants to put like little cute elements, like little fingerprints, little gleams. No, Mia, not Amelia. My daughter, Mia. Amelia doesn't do her homework. She's naughty. Amelia's never done. And that's the pewter there as well. Are you ready for a wonderful price tag? The DVD, the three. Do I get the glaze or not with this? Is that, no, that's separate. We're going to give you that later. We're giving you treats galore today. Are you ready? $14.95. What a wonderful price tag that is. Don't forget, today we're also going to launch for the first time ever your liquid Sculpey clay. In fact, let's do it now. Shall I go to Debbie with this? Because I think Debbie can show us exactly why we need this a bit better than I, because I haven't used liquid Sculpey clay before. It's something that we haven't ever done before on Jewellery Maker. Could be that you've been waiting for it. If you work with metal clays, in fact, you'll know that the liquid silver clay, I have used that. And I didn't realise it was the same sort of thing. I made the most stupid comment to Debbie this morning. I said,
stupid at all.
So with this liquid clay, we can pour polymer clay into moulds, and Debbie went, no, Jenny, no.
Well,
that's not what it is.
It's expensive to do it that way.
Oh, so you actually
you could,
but don't.
No.
You don't need to.
No.
Now, your Sculpey clay liquid. Why do I need this in my life if I'm working with Sculpey clay?
Right. If anybody saw the masterclass with the collar, which I've got a sample of one there.
With myself and you.
Yes.
Top divas.
Oh, yes. To do the layers, to bake the layers, you have to adhere the baked clay to the raw clay that you then put back on top and then rebake it. Something has to act as a glue, really, and that's where the liquid clay comes in. It can stick raw clay to baked clay or baked clay to baked clay.
Much in the same way that your metal clays do.
Exactly.
Sorry, I interrupted.
So the one thing I find really, really useful for, have any of you out there baked a pendant, put a bail on the back of it, you've baked it, the clay's gone hard, gone soft in the oven, and you've got this bump where you've put the bail because the clay has relaxed around the bail. Yeah? So that's really frustrating because you've taken all this time to smooth out your beautiful pendant and you've got a bump then.
Is that air that gets in?
No, it's the fact that you've got the piece of metal. You've got your pendant, you've put a bail, and as it's gone in the oven, it's just relaxed over the top of it, and you end up with a crease.
Yeah, I know what that looks like.
So bake your lovely pendants, make a tiny hole or something, or push the bail into the back of it so you've got an impression, take it off, bake it, and then you can use the liquid clay and put a tiny little spot of clay over the top and rebake it. But it's not going to disfigure, it's not going to sort of move at all. So this is a very good way of, also if you put a bail on a Sculpey clay bail onto a pendant, you bake it and it falls off when you get out of the oven. Or you make a pendant and you've got leaves or something and one falls off. This is the glue to use to put onto that pendant, onto your design, and rebake it, and it will then knit them together. It's quite strong, so it will work. It will work really, really well. But the one technique which I find it really, really useful for is A, the collar, and B, to make something like a bracelet. Now, I didn't know this was in today.
Well, actually, you've been ringing and ringing all week in honesty, haven't you?
Yes.
Waiting for it. Is it in? Is it in? Is it in? No, no, no. Came in yesterday, very, very late. And you didn't realise because, of course, you'd been ringing all week.
I
We
know.
didn't think it was
and I was
Sunday.
told yesterday
It's Sunday.
it's
You
not going to be on.
Yeah, but it is.
Yeah.
And so we would have told you about it beforehand, but we didn't have the time.
No.
Now, Debbie, I have got 2 fluid ounces or 69 mil. That was my next question.
It's just like PVA glue, really. Use a tiny bit of it, so it will last and last and last and last. I've got 3 or 4 of these on the go, and they're really manky. I tried to find one today.
Really manky.
I tried to find one today that hadn't got big prints of, coloured polymer clay all over it.
We'll allow that. Nobody's perfect. It's quite nice to see that Lady Bolford isn't perfect either, actually. It's not. Do you know, Debbie, do I have to store this in any particular manner?
No.
So I don't need to put it in the fridge, I don't need to put it in a cupboard, it's just fine.
Just sits on the craft table.
Just like PVA glue.
Absolutely.
So, okie dokes. I'm going to give you a price tag and then we're going to see Debbie talk a little bit more about why we need this in our lives. The code for you. Oh, price tag first, $6.95. Now, I've never bought this, so tell me, is it a good price?
Yes,
is it a competitive price?
Yes.
Now, you've obviously already had this in your collection. Have you had to go to a big craft store to get this or order online?
Yes.
And you would say, great price, great price.
Yeah, it's about £10 or something when I last bought some.
There you go, then buy 2 of them while they're in stock. Do you know what? How many of these have we got? It looks like we're going to sell out of them. We're into double figures already. We had quite a lot of these because we knew it would be popular.
Useful.
Double figures already.
You can also tint with alcohol inks and use this on the chemical element.
Now, I thought you said earlier,
yes.
Alcoholics? No, alcohol...
inks.
Inks.
Got it on the brain, she has.
On the brain? It's true, Debbie, it is, but we won't tell everybody. Now, okay, so we're going to carry on with what we were talking about.
This is a very, very, very quick technique, so I'll just show you. But this bracelet I made when we had the launch of the glitter. Now, I didn't know this was going to be in today, so I grabbed it thinking, well, just in case, I haven't got anything pre-baked. But if you can see this, but can you see there's like a little bit of a dip on the
Yeah, I can see that.
See?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Now, the reason that is because I made this without Sculpey clay because it wasn't in stock at the time.
What do you mean? What did you do
let me
with that?
show you. Let me show you. This is, if we can just show you here, all I've done is I've used a metal ruler and cut sort of 7 inches. So I could cut them into 7
That's because Sculpey clay on there,
Sculpey
right?
clay, just black.
Yeah.
So I could cut it into 7-inch cubes, right? There's only 6 on there because I had big pearls.
In between.
And then you put 1 strip at the top.
Looks like a magnetic strip then.
It does.
What, just a skinny
1 strip at the bottom, yep. And 1 in the middle.
Okay.
And you leave gaps either side because that's where the elastic or your threading goes.
Oh, how clever.
All right.
How
and then
clever is that?
on the top, you put your final piece.
Okay.
You then take your final piece. And cut it into your
pendants.
your
do you know, I'm
bracelets.
absolutely thinking how clever you are for putting those.
Okay.
Very simple, but now you've got drill holes.
Yeah. So then you bake that. All right.
How long
That is for 15, 20 minutes, 110 to 130. Now, this is what I should have done. If I'd have known that it was in, I would have baked these previously.
Can I show everybody what that looks like from the side?
Of course you can. Yep. Now
That's the first thing I wanted to do.
These you would have to trim at the top and the bottom because they're very uneven, but you can sand those if needs be. But then you would put those in the oven, obviously when they're trimmed top and bottom. I'm doing it now because it's just for speed, really. And then you've got your little tiles, okay?
Yeah.
Then you take another piece of Sculpey clay while that's baking, and you then do the top part of the design.
You're warming that up with your hands. That makes it easier to manipulate.
Condition it, yeah. Always condition your clay.
You're using the roller that we gave you the deal on
indeed.
just a moment ago. You're folding that again and you're putting it through once more. So the warmer it gets, the easier it is to work with, yeah?
It does indeed, yeah. Once more and put it through. I want to make it into a long strip. So just pop that through once more.
And what you're doing, Debbie, is folding it, I noticed. So that's how we do it?
Yep. I'm going to make it slightly longer, so I'm going to make it thinner. Right, so on top of this piece of clay, I'm going to put my design.
How wonderful.
Now, This you can do. You know how to do this, don't you?
Yeah, you just layer colours, layer.
Just one colour on top of another. You twist that for me.
I'm making what I call a witchetty grub, but what Debbie calls a lizard's tail. So we put layer upon layer upon layer of the Sculpey clay.
Yeah.
And now we're just going to give it a bit of a squidge.
Yeah, and then
what I'm going to do
it.
is twist. Oh, I twist.
Yeah, twist it. That's it. Twist it.
Do.
Do it the same way.
It's nothing complex.
Do it the same way. Do the same twist. Otherwise, it will just break. So keep going. It doesn't matter if it does break, to be quite honest with you. Keep twisting. Keep twisting.
I'm going to warm it.
Yeah. Twist it. Twist it.
Squidge and twist. Squidge.
Okay.
It looks like a witchetty grub afterwards.
It does. I'll take that. I'm just going to fold it in half and just twist it a couple more times, just to give some more pattern on the inside. And then I'm going to put it down. I'm not going to cut it in half like we normally do.
Oh.
I'm going to cut
strips.
Slices.
See, isn't this amazing? Look, just the easiest thing ever. And the most amazing, that's quite a retro pattern actually, isn't it?
Oh, it is.
Amelia's going, wow!
And that you can then, I'd actually take time to do thinner slices, but you can put that then on top of your bracelet. Piece of clay. All right. And now roll it.
I've just had a very funny, a brilliant comment from Ed. Suzanne on Facebook used this Sculpey clay glue to fix her basin. Hand basin, because a bit chipped off. She said she glued it on. You'd never know. You'd never know.
Really?
Nobody noticed.
Oh, fabulous.
I might have to have this thing, because I break things in my house all the time and get told off all the time.
Now I'm just going to trim this.
Can you get some?
I'm going to trim this. And you'll have to imagine.
Is this uber strong like super glue then?
It's really, really strong actually.
Will it
Once it's
dry?
baked, it goes hard.
Do you have to bake it then?
Yes, you bake it in the oven. Right.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry for anyone watching the repeat.
It's sold out. I'm not surprised. So
give it a try in case people have not checked baskets out, but it's sold out in that live show.
So what I would do if this was baked.
Okay. Pretend it's baked.
Pretend it's baked, so it's nice and flat on the top, and you haven't got any of these bumps. You just.
Oh, are we all right to touch that with our fingers, Debbie?
Oh, yeah.
We're not going to stick our. We're not going to stick our fingers to our face when we. Okay,
not
that's
at all.
Something I do.
I would line these up when I got them out of the oven because they've been baked. All right, line them up. Put liquid clay across all of them. Take the top of my bracelet, my design.
So we're pretending again they're over all of these.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
And that goes over the top. And because the bottom parts are then baked, they're hard, and they're not going to go anywhere. So if you can imagine...
Can I rebake already baked clay then, can I?
You can bake... The collars are baked for about 2 hours, 2 or 3 hours, about 2 hours, because you bake and then you rebake and you rebake. So imagine this would be hard underneath, it's actually soft at the moment, but then you can mould it with your fingers and make sure it's nice and smooth. Now this is it's getting a bit of a dip because this is soft. If that was baked underneath, that would be hard and it wouldn't go anywhere. But there you go. That's how to use your liquid clay.
If you'd have had the liquid clay, this dip wouldn't have happened.
No, it wouldn't have happened at all. It would just be nice and smooth and flat. Okay.
So this bracelet we're showing you as an example of if you go over the top and you do it with wet clay.
Yeah, you can see there
it's now sold out. I'm so sorry. It's now gone and sold out. We're going to give you an opportunity to get another brand new strand right now in these gorgeous huts. Now, I've got a quick question for you actually,
That's
Debbie.
Nice.
Can I glue gemstones onto my Sculpey clay with this, or will it...
I have to say I don't know.
Right, okay, well...
I'll be completely honest, I don't know.
Please try it and let me know.
The problem is you have to bake it.
You can use it with gem art this though, can't you?
Oh yeah, I've used that with gem art. Oh, absolutely. Works fabulous with gem art. It doesn't take the colour out like resin does as well.
I'm ever so sorry to everyone. I have gone a bit mad with those glitter... what are they called again? The gleams.
And
cover
with your fingers.
I love it. Because I wanted to smell it. I'm just so weird, aren't I? Have a look at these. They are gorgeous. I can tell they're obsidian, and I can see the most amazing purple coming from these. Again, that's good. These are obsidian. I'm like, you don't even need to explain. These are gorgeous. They're huge at 16 mil. Do you know what? I will be honest with you. It drives me crackers. Unless you get this gemstone home, you will never know how wonderful it is, because obsidian gives you not just the colour, but also I liken black obsidian to black moonstone because you get the most amazing blue iridescence from it. It's ridiculous.
You just picked it up actually on one of those. You just picked it up, I think, in the camera. back.
How wonderful.
But I know exactly what you mean, because the first time I saw it at home, I wondered what it was. I put it in my store of black gems, and it's only when I got it out at night that I realised, gosh, that's not black. Suddenly the electric light, the dim lights just made them look stunning.
There is something about Obsidian. Ed's saying it's a storm cloud. You get a flash of lightning. Oh, I do like a storm. Now think about these in your hair. Think about these in fascinators and tiaras. I love the star shape. Now, do you use stars often?
I do actually, and that's quite nice to use with clay. If you do like a chevron sort of shape, and it fits over the stars.
Yeah. Gorgeous. Do you know, if you want, you can make rings out of this as well. You can make loads of rings out of this. You can make gorgeous curvy grips.
I was just
curvy grips with 0.25 wire. Just put them on. Last night in the live show, another Debbie did that. Curvy grips, Debbie Kershaw, and I've got them actually in my study. Gorgeous. They were my hair grips. They were. If you're selling these on as rings, I mean, how much profit can you make? You've got a whole strand. There's loads on. 195 pounds. Carats, going under £10. TBG P81. £9.95 is your price tag. Gorgeous.
Beautiful. It's a long strand as well. It looks like it's long.
Do you know what? You get loads on here. Earrings, these would look good on. I love the idea of rings. I love the idea of sort of shooting star pieces as well. Also, I'm thinking handbag charms. I'm thinking wine glass. Obviously, I'm thinking about wine.
Of course.
So wine glass charm would be good as well.
Oh dear.
Jewellery maker does not condone wine before 12 o'clock.
No.
Sherry is what you want before before 12 o'clock. £9.95 is it. It's an amazing, amazing deal. We got more deals coming up for you. In fact, let's go over and catch up with another wonderful Sunday experience lady who, when I told earlier you're coming out on the live show, she had a little bit of a panic. So let's trot on over and see some of the gorgeous jewellery that's been made while we're live on air with strands that we are bringing to you today. Hello, my dear. Hello, Millie. Come close, Millie. Come close. Your jewellery's amazing. Now, how long have you been jewellery making for again?
About 2 years.
I've forgotten to give you the microphone.
About 2 years.
About 2 years.
Yeah, less than that, I think.
You've used the gizmo here. We had the gizmo today on the day show. Tell me, is a gizmo something you use often? That's fabulous.
No, this is the second time I've used the gizmo.
Now, see what I'm saying? The gizmo. The second time Millie's ever used the gizmo, and look what she's created. Millie, do you know what? I'm going to take that off the black stand because you can't see it as well. Tell me, how easy is that gizmo?
It's quite easy.
It's really easy,
it's
isn't
lovely. It's lovely to work with.
It's quite relaxing, actually.
You can stretch it and do all sorts of different wonderful things with it.
Because you've stretched out your spirals there. I like the look of that. I'm going to give you the bundle first, then we're going to have a really good look at Millie's jewellery. I'm going to give you that to hold. Okay. And if you've got anything you need to tell me about the gemstones you've worked with, do. Now, first of all, when you came in this morning, you asked me, what is this? I love it. Yeah. And I said, Imperial Jasper. I love this colour. I love the drama behind it. When you're working with this, did you think it looked like it had sort of lace patterns on it?
Yeah, it did, actually. And it reminded me of the world as well, if you look deeper into it.
Like a satellite view of the Earth. Yeah. I know exactly what you mean. I think the same thing. And I love these tubes. How do we put these in? Oh, I'm going to show you how we put these tubes into jewellery. They make lovely clusters as well. Now, you had labradorite. I think you were really lucky to have a strand of labradorite. Yes. And isn't it beautiful? Have you worked with labradorite before, Millie?
I haven't worked with it, but I've got some at home.
Just because you can't decide what to do with it yet?
No, well, not yet.
She's keeping it, that's why she's keeping it. Then you've got your twisted sodalite, a gemstone that you haven't used before, sodalite.
I haven't used sodalite before.
Love the colour. What did you think of it?
It was lovely, actually, because I liked working with the tube and putting them together with the jewellery that I've made.
I love everything you've made. We're going to see Millie's jewellery in just a tickle. Now have a look. I've got the Amazonite for you as well. Oh, green aventurine, sorry, is what I've got for you. So 4 gorgeous strands, 1 tiny price tag. Try us out. TTG C24, $14.95. What a wonderful deal. I like you, Millie, because you're making me look tall. We're the same height if I take these shoes off. Now, let's look at some of the jewellery that Millie has created. I'm going to move this over here. Come close to the, come on, come here. Don't go anywhere, you've got to stay here. Have a look. Now I love this, bit long over the, and I can see that you wear quite long necklaces and you've got your scarves on and stuff, and I think when you create long and you wear lots of layers like you are now, it looks really glamorous, doesn't it? Yeah. And you've used every single gemstone in this one piece. And you've made that ring at the bottom. Did you do that with memory wire or just with regular wire?
Just with a tiger tail.
How fab is that? A definite over the head, and you've toggle clasped it. Love these earrings. Do you know what I love, Millie? You've used all of the gemstones in every piece. So this just goes to show, not only are these amazing separately, but they also blend together wonderfully. I'm going to lift those. I do love a shoulder duster. And I love that all these shapes work together too. Look at that.
Didn't finish off my ringers yet.
Why? What else are you going to do? Oh,
I'm putting some more the aquamarine and the jasper.
I love that. Isn't that wonderful? I do love a cocktail ring. I think that's beautiful. And you've seen the gizmo bracelet, just stunning, absolutely stunning. Now, Millie, I don't want you to go anywhere because you've not used labradorite in any of your jewellery yet, but you have got some at home. I'm going to be interested to see what you're going to say about the strand that I've got for you here, and I want you to tell me what you're going to do with it as well. And for somebody that has a labradorite but not used it, I think you'll be really interesting for anyone who's in the same boat at home. Now these are rough cut labradorites. We saw today some rough cut neon blue apatite. This labradorite, because it's rough cut, gives you a whole different look. Now I can see, Millie, that you like to work with gemstone heavy pieces. Is a rough cut gemstone something that would attract you?
It would actually, and I would use those with the rondelles or small gemstones like white in between those.
A bit of white in between those.
Yeah.
Look at that luster, it's incredible. Now I do think when you create with a stone like this, it could be feminine, it could be masculine.
Yeah.
You could just run one of these with some leather cord and it could be masculine.
Yeah, just some sort of macrame with it as well.
Do you do macrame?
Yeah, I'm becoming to be very good at it actually.
Are you?
I've made 3 bracelets with the jewellery from here.
Would you use a rough cut gemstone in macrame?
I would.
And you could do it quite easily?
I can do it now. I'm quite impressed with myself.
If you want the DVD on our macrame, grab that. It's just £4.95 and a great addition. You've got an open basket already. Look at that Labrador essence. Now, labradorite, if you haven't used it before, is a double take gemstone. It's a gemstone that isn't just that grey colour that you see. It's a gemstone that when the light hits it, does that electric blue, electric greens and purples, and that's why we love it, isn't it? That's why we want it. There are loads of you there on the phone lines for this one. Look at that blue. It's an amazing strand, a beautiful strand, a must-have strand to get in your life. NXR U22, 50 carats, and this is on a 28 centimetre strand. Now, actually, this was a gemstone that was discovered in the state of Labrador. That's why it's called labradorite in Canada. It's found all over the world now, and it's just beautiful. It's a lightning bolt, isn't it? Now, Debbie Beaufort, Lady DB, I know that you love labradorite too.
I do.
The rough cut, I know Linda's gone bananas for all these rough cut gemstones. Linda said to me, it's gemstones that are rough cut that makes you feel like a jewellery maker, because you're creating something that you wouldn't be able to create out of a round.
Oh, you're right, absolutely right. It just gives you, I said earlier, such a contemporary look. And it gives you, if you do ranges of jewellery, it can give you a completely different range to start. If you do craft fairs, you can do, you know, your bridesmaids and your very twinkly sort of bits of jewellery, and then something completely different and contemporary. It'll make your stall look really varied.
I think as a designer, it's really important to be varied as you can. Would you agree with that, Millie?
I do.
Do you sell any of your jewellery on yet?
I have.
You have? Where do you do it?
At work.
Do you?
Yeah, friends, family, they see something and they say, oh, design me something I want now, or design me something like that.
They'll be going through their magazines and they'll go, Millie, I want this one.
But I say everything's different, bespoke style.
It is though, isn't it? It is, absolutely. Look at that. You need it, don't you? Ed, don't tease us. What's the price tag? Are you ready?
Oh, that's good, that is, yeah.
That is good. Millie's...
It's really good.
It's really good.
Yeah.
And do you know what? They're flying in on the phone lines for this one, Millie. We might not be able to get our strand. It is gorgeous. Millie, would you put these in brooches? Because I'm looking at this and thinking, I want to make a brooch out of these. I don't really make loads of brooches, but they're very fashionable at the moment.
I think I would put them in brooches. I think those kind of nuggets do work with, you know, different styles of brooches. Yes, I would.
I like all of the, I think I'd put quite a lot of these in one piece. I think I'd be quite elaborate with some of these because I think when you bunch the rough cut together, you get all these different angles and they just look incredible. We're about to go limited on this strand, so make sure you are putting it in a checked out basket. Don't leave this one unchecked. You're definitely going to want it. Don't forget you've got a 30-day money back guarantee. Oh my gosh, there are lots of people, lots and lots of people multi-buying on this one. Ed's just coming in with something else gorgeous.
That's manager special.
Do you want us to do this now?
No, we're going to do that after the break.
All right, Ed.
Just so that everybody knows.
All right, okay. Have a look. Couple of minutes time. Have another last look. So please do check out baskets if you are shopping online. Look at that. Now I'm going to give you an opportunity, a little sneaky peek. The jig. Now you get 2 reels of wire with the jig, but we're also going to give you some 0.25. Now if you make a jig piece and you want to do some intricate detailing onto that, you'll need the 0.25 over the top of your jig pieces. It's coming up straight after the break. Now we're going to give you some information on how to shop with us, and don't forget, if you'd like to get involved on the Sunday experience just like Millie has, or if you'd like to get yourself booked in on the Polymer Clay Workshop, then the phone lines 0800 644 655 are where you need to be. We're going to give you some information on Polymer Clay and say it. Makuma Garnet, Hakuna Matata. It's all a foreign language to me, isn't it? It is. We're going to give you the information on that, and we'll be right back.
New to Polymer Clay? Then why not come and join us on our Polymer Clay for Beginners course? Join guest designer Debbie Bulford as she guides you through the basic techniques of creating bead shapes, basic canes, pendants, feature beads and much more. You will get the chance to design and craft your own pieces, which you can then take home. During the course of the day, you will get to have a backstage tour of the studios, meet the presenters and have a trip to our jewellery shop. The full course includes black and white clay, a colour clay pack of your choice, use of all tools, buffet style lunch and refreshments, all for just $64.95. For details of course dates and availability, phone our call centre now on 0800 644 655. Jewellery Maker, bringing out the designer in you.
Jewellery Maker course gift vouchers are now available. You can choose from a bronze, silver or gold voucher. Each voucher is worth a different amount that entitles you to put towards a course of your choice. For more information, contact our call centre on 0800 644 655.
Join our guest designer Debbie Bulford as she guides you through using textures and layers, working with colours and adding foils and much more. This is a fascinating technique which gives the illusion of depth using layers of imprinted clay. The full course includes black and white clay, a colour clay pack of your choice, Lisa Pavelka foils, use of all tools, buffet style lunch and refreshments. And all this for just £67.95. For details on course dates and availability, contact our call centre now on 0800 644 655. We look forward to seeing you.
Sorry, I can't not play with this jig. I love, 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 love it. It's great for somebody like me. Like I said to you earlier, I'm a lazy jewellery maker. If I can make my life a lot easier with something like a gizmo or a jig, then I will, because I love the fact that I don't really have to think about it. I love the fact that I just put my pattern in and I can do it. I don't have to worry about not being brilliant at structure, because the jig will do it all for me. To explain that further, I'm going to show you what you can create with a jig, and you will get the full instructions in this pack to do so. So if you want to get the serpentine S into your designs, and I'll tell you why it's great, because we can, it'll turn out like that. So you get the pegs and you place your pegs in a certain order on the board. Now this is the board. It does look like a battleship board, doesn't it? And when I first saw it, I was like, game of battleships, jewellery mate, it's not. It's going to be to offer you the opportunity to create something like this. Now the great thing is, okay, if we freehand, that's all brilliant, isn't it, if you can freehand. But how hard is it, even if you're brilliant at wire, at creating the exact same thing over and over and over? Have a look at this. If you want repetitiveness in your designs, if you want that uniform repetitiveness in your designs, the way to do it is with your jig. Because you know that when you've placed those pegs in that order, whatever you create will be uniform. Whatever you create will all be exactly the same, which is something very hard to achieve when you're working with wire freehand. So let me talk to you about what you get for your money today. You get your jig. Your jig comes with your pegs. It's not just for you if you're a lazy jewellery maker, it is for you if you like structure. Now you'll see you've got the rounds, you've got the smaller pegs, and these will all help you to create. The deal we're going to give you is fabulous. You don't just get that, because obviously you're going to want to work with your jig, so we're going to give you some wire. Now you get 1 metre in the gold. Now Ed and I were just trying to sort of decide what density it is, because I think it's a 0.6. I'll give one to Debbie and see what she thinks. Do you think this is a 0.6? So you get gold, 1 metre of that silver. I'm going to just pass that over to you, Debbie. Would you say that's a 0.6?
Yes.
Yes, there we go then. Yep. That's good enough. If Debbie Bolford, she is Lady Bolford, you know, if it's good. Now, okay, so we've made something like this, okay? Now, we might want to do some crochet onto that and use this as our structure. We might want to do a little bit of detailed looping. We might want to string pearls onto there. Now it's quite difficult to get pearls onto wire that is thick, so we want 0.25 wire. That's what we want. That's what Jenny wants. That's what you want. That's what we're going to give to you. Now 0.25 wire will also see its way into your French knitting. It will be it's wonderful for plaiting. 0.25 wire is fabulous for coiling, really detailed sewing, things like that. So you can really take other crafty skills that you have and bring them into your jewellery making. So you've got 2 metres of what we think is 6 mil. You've got the jig, and you've got 10 metres of 0.25 black wire. Has previously sold out live on air time and time and time again. Last time we brought it to you in the day show, it sold out. Don't risk missing out on this deal. We have had 2 sellout kits. We have a sellout ruby strand that we've brought to you. Everything's selling out over and over and over and over again. Make sure you're quick on this one, because if you're not, you're going to miss out. Don't miss out on the manager's special price tag. The code that you need, so jot this down. If you're going to take a couple of minutes to decide, jot down the code. GDGC53. Do you know what? I'm going to be really honest with you. At $6.95, It's not a hard decision to make. Get yourself on the phone lines. It's called a manager's special price for a reason. You are making a huge saving by buying this as a bundle. You get everything you need to create that uniform jewellery. I like it because I am what I call a lazy jewellery maker. I want my life made easy. I want it to look good. And the way to do it is with things like the jig, things like the gizmo. They're easy, and that appeals to me as well. You know, I'm busy, I've got kids, I work, I've got a crazy amount of animals. I nearly brought a duckling into work this morning. I'm a busy girl, and I want to create jewellery. I want it to look fabulous, but I want it to be quite quick. I might take that duckling home. I don't know how well that's going to go down at home. Have a look. Gorgeous, absolutely. There are so many of you buzzing on those phone lines. First of all, I want to say happy Sunday to each and every one of you. It is lovely to have you on board today. We are so excited with all the incredible things that we're offering to you today. Don't forget, people are calling in and asking for the Sculpey clay, the liquid Sculpey clay. It's gone, it's sold out. People are ringing in for the ruby. It's gone, it's sold out. People are ringing in for our kits. They're gone, they're sold out. Have a look at what I've got for you. GDG C53 is your right. I'm so sorry. Amelia just plopped off her chair in excitement. I'm trying not to laugh because, are you all right, Amelia, my darling? She's all right, she's good. So you've got the jig. It was such a shocking deal for us all. And I tell you what Amelia was doing. She was leaning back on her chair to look at what we were doing, and she just went, we're all a bit mad here. Have a look. Now, I've got to let you know, we're approaching limited stock now. We had quite a few of these. We are approaching limited stock. Could it sell out in the live show? Very, very likely. Don't forget, if you've got an open basket, we're not going to charge you any extra P&P. Right now, we do have this in stock, so get on the phone lines whilst it's in. I can't guarantee that this is going to last. I can't guarantee that. It's previously sold out on the live show time and time and time again. If you know someone who doesn't have a jig and you love it, $6.95, great gift. And if they're using the jig for the first time, maybe it's their first opportunity working with wire, grab one of the DVDs for them as well. You don't need a DVD with this. It's very, very easy. And you get full instructions. And I'll tell you something else as well. And this is something good. You do get your own templates. And what I've done, bit sneaky I know, is I've just photocopied these a few times so that I've got quite a few at home. It worked. And I will be honest with you, there's loads of space on here. So you can fill these up too with it. And what I do like, if you do it in pencil so you can rub it out, but I would photocopy these before you use the sheet. If you want to keep designs on there, do it before you use the sheet because you will want to do that, believe me you. $6.95 is a great price tag. There is a queue on the phone lines, which I am so sorry about. Please stay where you are. You will get this. Now just have another quick look at what I've got for you, just ever so quickly. Have a look. At $6.95. Now, people are experiencing queues on those phone lines. Please don't worry, you can shop online, and also it is a free phone number. If you are calling from your landline, it's a free phone number, so don't panic over that. Now I've got for you somebody else calling in asking for the ruby. It's sold out. I'm so sorry, it has sold out. I know that ruby was gorgeous. I know, I'm so sorry if you missed out on it. Now, I've got two wonderful strands that Amelia has very kindly just placed here for me. Have a look. Are we doing these together or separately? I was gonna say. Let's talk to you about this shape. Now these are what I would call arrowheads. That's the shape. And if you love Gemma Crow, she talks a lot about tapering and she loves that arrowhead look. And I've seen quite a few of her pieces that she works a lot with sheet metal, and you'll see a lot of arrowhead shapes. She loves the arrow.
Arrows and the shields and that sort of thing come back every year. As soon as you start the tribal look, it comes back every year. But they remind me of little tulip bulbs.
Ah, oh, yes,
the shape of like a little tulip. That's what it reminds me of. I think they're really pretty.
They are like tulip bulbs.
Yeah.
And the tulips in my garden are in full bloom at the moment.
I know, they're beautiful, aren't they?
Oh, I love it. Apparently, to all my friends, I've turned old now. I talk about the garden. Look at the now these are quite delicate, Debbie. Would I be thinking about thinner wire when I'm working with these because they're delicate?
Possibly, yes. I mean, these on you know the necklaces we had, like the woven necklaces. They would look stunning, like we had on the Wall of Fame. That could be used as a hair vine or round the neck. I mean,
with that beautiful, delicate one with all those lovely twists. It looked like 0.25.
Yeah, I mean that with very delicate pearls would look stunning, wouldn't it?
Well, I always love pearl and garnet together. I think they're just a classic.
They do. Oh, they're perfect.
They really are. And look, they're step cut in this wonderful shape. And I've got to say to you, before I worked at Gems TV, which is one of our sister channels, I'm going to be really honest with you. I didn't know a lot about garnet, but I thought it was an opaque gemstone. I thought it was a solid colour. But and do you know what? It was just that I was seeing poor quality garnet, if I'm honest. Have a look. Have a look at what you've got here. The clarity brings this gemstone to life.
Absolutely, and I have to say, when I used to think that garnets was an old person's gemstone, absolutely not now.
Wrong again.
If you look in the jewellers now, you'll see garnet with rose gold, which is absolutely up on trend. Beautiful combination.
Well, actually, you know what? Jewellery that was worn years and years ago, vintage jewellery, is very popular.
Well, it's vintage for a reason, because it's still around, because people like it.
Absolutely, absolutely. It's a classic gemstone, a beautiful gemstone, and I've got to say, a very long strand, a shape I have never seen, a clarity like no other, a colour that is absolutely outstanding. January's birthstone. Yes, Claire, in my ear. Did everyone hear? Whoa! You probably even heard that. That's ridiculous. Yes, it is ridiculous. It's brilliant for you. Get that on the phone lines. It's a wonderful opportunity. If you've never... Do you know what, Debbie, I will say, people ask you for garnet if it's their birth gemstone. Not just that. Now, if there's somebody in your family that's dear to you and it's their birthstone, like your children, I've got lots of jewellery that has the birth gemstones of my children in it. I love this with peridot. $6.95. Gorgeous, absolutely beautiful in these spears. Now I've got for you some super beautiful rainbow moonstone. Now look at this.
Oh, they're pretty.
They're beautiful.
Aren't they pretty?
Absolutely stunning. Very bridal. Tiaras.
Yeah, they are bridal, but I think people going away on holiday, you have a bit of colour and you wear that in
and
your
all the
bracelet.
sunshine.
Yeah, it would just look stunning, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I'm going to put this against my black background because I just want to show you. And what I'm going to do, if you bought that lovely distinction strand of labradorite, I do adore these together. I think they complement each other wonderfully. I don't know how you feel about that, but just to get gemstones that do something out of the ordinary, like moonstone, like labradorite. And what you'll love about this in particular as well is that it's checkerboard faceted. Now we're thinking about making really pretty earrings. Maybe setting this into your silver clay would be a good idea as well. I think because they're graduated, and I actually prefer a graduated strand. Speaking to a lot of the guest designers, they do as well. A lot of people love using uniform shapes. The reason I love using graduated strands is because you can taper, because you can graduate, of course, I mean it's obvious, because you can make shoulder duster earrings that go from the top to the bottom, from small to large, and I think that builds your eye towards a focal point in your jewellery.
It does. It gives you more scope to do different sizes and different types of jewellery, whether it's very delicate or very bold jewellery. It just means that that strand becomes lots of other strands. You don't have to buy one of every size.
Yeah.
You've got that all in one strand. It's really good value for money.
They're so pretty, and sometimes we want to create delicate jewellery. Sometimes we want to create big wow factor pieces with chunky gemstones. Sometimes we want to create soft, delicate, whispering jewellery. Look how gorgeous that is. Look at that iridescence. And of course, this is one of the birth gemstones of June, along with pearl and alexandrite, so get it in your collection, ready for those June birthdays, again at $6.95. an unforgettable price tag for an unbelievably beautiful gemstone. It's a great deal, isn't it? If you've used this gemstone before, you know how important it is in your stash. If you haven't, try it out at this price tag of just £6.95. That code, because I know you're dialing now frantically, I'm going to just call out the code for you. B, F for Foxtrot, Sierra, Foxtrot 13. B, Foxtrot, Sierra, Foxtrot 13. One of two ways, as always, that you can get this strand on the phone line is one way, 0800 644 655. It's a free phone number if you're dialing from your landline. If you want to get involved on the website, it's jewellerymaker.com. Of course, if you're bulk buying, you will get a 30-day money-back guarantee. You always will. It's now time to bring you our fine. Do you know what? I'm absolutely surrounded with goodies here, so I'm just going to move some of it out of the way. Excuse me. It's time to launch for you Painted Lady. I like the sound of that. And you know what? I couldn't love these antique findings any more than I do. I really do. And there's something exciting about this kit. You get mesh. I'm going to show you the mesh after the gemstones, actually. I'm getting way ahead of myself. Now, Debbie Bolford, yes. I asked you earlier about showing us a flower with a centre drilled gemstone. Yep. So I'm going to really put you on the spot here and ask you to show us with this strand, perhaps, because I'm going to be really honest with you. I do create flowers a lot. I like to take the, again, I'm a lazy jewellery maker. I do it with a top drilled gemstone. Well, I've never seen them in top drilled in this shape and size. So I want to know, Debbie Bolford, how do I create that flower? Because I know it's doable, I know, because I've seen it very often. I haven't done it much. Thank you. Now look at these. Aren't they glorious? Aren't they beautiful? Now you might be mistaken, and I was when I first looked at this. You might think this strand at first glimpse is a bright form of lapis lazuli, but it isn't. It's quartzite. It's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Sorry, deep blue magnesite, but we have got rice beads of blue quartzite. Now, those together are fabulous. Fabulous. So delight. Debbie Bolford, you're the one that got me hooked on this gemstone.
Am I?
With your description of it being denim blue. And you said to me, and it's something I've repeated to everybody so many times, because I do think, yeah, actually it makes thorough sense to me, because if you're creating jewellery and you're going to sell that jewellery on, who doesn't own a pair of denim blue jeans? And when somebody is at your stall and they're saying, you know what, I can't decide, what can I buy for my sister, what can I buy for my best friend, I want to get them something, you can say, you know what, does your sister wear blue jeans? Yes, this will go. It'll go with blue jeans and a white shirt. Mm-hmm. I know, you know, my mum wears blue jeans, my daughter wears denim blue jeans. You know, we all do, ageless. Beautiful. I'm not done there. Do you know what? I love these colours you're about to get, and I think you could create kids' jewellery and kids would love this strand as well, but so beautiful because they're buttons. And what I've done is, my sister was a seamstress, she's now a teacher. Now, she asked me for a strand like this. She only does do bits for herself at home now. Take this off, and what we did was, it was the same. It wasn't this exact strand, but it was the same shape. Now, what we did was we ran a ball head pin through the top, made a loop on the other end, and those were our buttons, and she sewed those onto a blazer. It looked amazing. So these aren't just for jewellery, this kind of shape and size. And in this colour, brilliant. Can you imagine a navy blazer sewing those on? Beautiful. If you are after the kits today, you need to be quick because they're almost selling out before I'm giving you the price tags. That's a major warning to you. We've got mesh in this kit. This mesh, I know because I bought it, is $8.95 on its own on the website. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. You can use mesh in a million exciting ways. And I'll tell you what, if you are clumsy like me, fear not. Because we go straight in there with the mesh. And I've done this with French wire and I've made a big mistake by doing it. But this you can really play with. Have a look, stretch it out and twist it and make amazing things out of it. And if you don't like it, doesn't matter because it's wire-based. Whoop. brilliant. That's my kind of element in a kit, because I know I can really play around with this, and if it doesn't work, it doesn't matter. It's not something that will go to waste. You can twist it, you can manipulate it, you can use it wire to stretch it out, you can sew gemstones with monofilament into it. Wonderful stuff, this. Now, you've also got 100 antique findings. Love these so much. Limited stock on this kit now. Well done. Let's give you a price tag as soon as we can. All the usuals, your monofilament, your elastic, and your beading thread. I just adore these antique findings. I'm going to get them out in a bit when I'm over with Debbie, just to show you. You have got 4. Do you know what? I haven't even given you the dimensions of your gemstones. How rude am I? Because I know as a jewellery maker, it's important. We need those dimensions. Have a look at these gorgeous stones. 285 carats in the magnesite rice beads. And those do look like lapis lazuli, don't they? They're 30 by 10. Your multicoloured little button beads that I was saying, they look like buttons. They're magnesite, multicoloured at 8 by 3. Your blue quartzite rice beads are 6 by 4. I'm looking up because that's where my information is. And your gorgeous denim blue sodalite rounds are 10 millimeters. You get a metre of the khaki green colour brass wire at 7 millimeters. Now, I'll go, without further ado, let's give you a price tag and then get over to that Lady Belford, because I know you want it. It is limited stock now, this kit, £24.95. Love it, love it, love it. I'm taking my bag of antique findings because I want them and love them and need them. These antique findings look wonderful with the mesh, you know. They really do. You get a metre of that chain. You get 2 toggle clasps in the heart and the round, eye pins, head pins, everything you need. Now, Debbie, do you know what I've forgotten? Your strand of magnesite that you're going to need to show everybody how to do the flowers.
Don't worry.
Ed said
Don't
he'll
worry.
get it.
No, it's all right. It's all right. I can do
It's
it
all
with
right,
these
Ed,
others.
she can do it.
I'll do it
She
with the
can do it.
challenge.
She
Don't
doesn't
worry.
need it. Debbie, I love this. Oh,
It's
look
so
at the mesh.
diverse, this
You've
kit.
made some
And
very different
I
ones.
have a big bag still left of all
what?
those coloured, of these. Of all the different colours. There's so many on a strand. So many on a strand.
You flatten them, and that
Yes.
I like.
Yeah,
That's
just
why
like
I love
button,
these.
Just
Flatten
like
them.
button
That's what I
jewellery
love.
and just plaited it, just to make it more fun, really.
I've also got, now you've used them in a rondelle and a figure 8, love this, because actually, the thing I'll say about this strand, the patterns within the gemstones, they're not solid colour, Debbie,
No,
they've
they're
got
not.
like, they're almost like
They're not.
imperial jasper,
Absolutely,
where
they
they've
are.
got lacing over the top of them. Now come on, the mesh. Do we not love mesh? Oh, I love it.
I didn't find this mesh until about last night, and I looked in the bag and I thought, what's that bag at the bottom of the
You
outfit?
went,
Oh no, I
"Oh,
forgot.
Debbie."
So I quickly made some flowers.
These earrings are fan-blooming-tastic. Look at them. Love those. See, this is why those buttons are gorgeous. And then, do you know what? This could be one kit, almost.
It could,
and
actually.
the next could be completely different.
Yeah.
I love that. You've got such a versatility. Now, you've done almost a crow-style fan.
Yeah.
Love that. Love... Oh, Debbie Beaufort tassels have got to feature in at least one piece. There they are. I found them. It was like, where's Wally? I found them. There you go. Gorgeous, aren't they? And then the earrings. Now, you've made another pair of earrings. I've stolen them. Have a look. At that gorgeous necklace. And then I'll show you Debbie's earrings, because they do deserve... They deserve an airing. Have a look.
That's just what I had left, actually, just the 1 or 2 I had left and a little bit of chain left. Just
Let me get my mane out of the way.
Just a little link. It's really pretty. Very delicate.
What are you going to show us, baby?
Well, first of all, you asked about a flower,
Yes,
didn't
please.
you?
Yes, please.
So let me show you using the
I've got
challenge
these if you
kit.
want
That's
to.
all right.
Right,
I'll
okay,
use that the
sweet.
challenge kit, because that's what I've done. So we don't repeat it later. So there are different ways of doing these. You can do it with head pins if you want to, and then twist the head pins. But I've just used some 0.25 wire. But actually, 0.4 is better. But I couldn't find any in silver. So
2.5 will work just as well.
Yeah. So
Okay.
all I've done is put a piece of wire through a bead.
Yeah.
Fold it over and just twist.
Easy.
Okay.
Easy. I can do that. I can do it.
Simple. Okay. Mother Nature normally does things in odd numbers, so I've done 5. So 5 petals, and I've just taken one of the labradorite as the centre and left that on a longer piece of wire.
I'm confident, because I can do this. I can.
Yeah, you can.
There is another complex way of doing a flower. This is a better way.
There is a different way of doing flower.
This
but
is
I
easier.
thought I'd
I'm
stick
interested
this for
now.
you.
Yeah, thank you.
It was quite
because I'm a
simple.
lazy jewellery maker.
No, it's okay. I just wanted something simple, so that's what I've done. So all you do is...
Oh,
is
come
you just,
on. Did you see that, everybody? She bunched it together. Beautiful.
Okay, now I want to hold that with my flat nose pliers.
Don't use
first
your
of all.
nips to hold it, because it will come apart.
Just to start the twist, okay? just to start that twist. Now these are falling around all over the place. So what I'm doing is I'm using that long piece of wire that I had attached to the labradorite, and I'm weaving this in between the petals. You can push the bits and pieces where you want them in a minute, but just wind it in and out. If you had a 0.4 wire, it'd be a lot better than this, because you'll be able to hold. And you can also make this quite a feature, it'd be almost like a bird's nest on the inside. But you can see the idea.
What a lovely labradorite in that corner.
It's beautiful, isn't it?
Oh my goodness.
Then twist the back, twist, 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 twist. Now you can either use that on a pin for your hair or what have you. What I'm just going to do...
Looks amazing for the hair. A ring as well.
Yeah, you could use it on a ring if you want to. All I'm going to do is something very, very simple. Twist, 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 and then you've got a loop, and then you can put your beading thread through it. That can go onto a necklace, onto the top of a bracelet. Brooch, anything. But you see, it's a really, really simple flower. Really simple flower.
I love it.
Very easy to do.
Right, okay, I'm interested now.
Okay.
Now I want those. Do you know why? I will say, if it looks too complicated...
You won't do it.
Well, I'm being honest, yeah, I'm so busy all the time.
Do you want me to do something with the mesh, or we run out of time?
So you're going to show us... can we have another technique from Debbie with the kit, Ed, or not? Yes, please. Okay. Which one are you going to show us?
I have got here a piece of mesh that's about 5 centimetres long. Don't do the earrings. Just say a small version of that. So I've got a piece of mesh here about 5 centimetres long-ish, 5 or 6 centimetres. All right, this is so easy. You know I don't do things that are very complicated. Very easy. So take your mesh, hold it on either side and twist first of all. Okay?
I can't believe these were an afterthought. They look they're amazing.
And then you do what you do. You know the tulips? Yeah, turn it inside out one way and turn it inside out the other way.
Keep going.
Keep going. And then put them into whatever shape you want. I wanted a circle.
How easy, everybody.
So there is the circle. I haven't used the antique findings. I didn't want to go into those. So I've just got one bead left, and I've got a gold finding. I didn't want to break into the antique things. So then I'm just going to push it so it's then held like that.
Could be. Do you know, those would look lovely in your hair?
It would. It would. And then just take your pliers, bend it over the top of it, just the handle of your pliers. Kink it up.
Kinky.
Kink it, and then make a loop as so, and that goes onto your shepherd hooks, and there's your earring.
Could that be any easier?
No, not really. And then you make a big version for the necklace. That's all it is, just a bigger piece of mesh, and you just pull it out a little bit more. So
kit very limited, by the way. Sorry, Debs. Kit very, 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 very limited. Every single kit that we have given you today is sold out in the live show. So far, our ruby's gone. So far, our clay. What's it called again?
Liquid clay.
Liquid clay is gone. All that's sold out. You know, it's
busy show.
A very busy show today. It's so lovely to have you on board today. And you know, Debbie, while you're with me, because you are an expert and everybody knows that I'm not, have a look. I do love my jewellery making, you know that.
Oh, they're gorgeous.
They are. And again, the most underestimated. Have a look at that shape. Now, do you know what? I would almost want to put a frame around those hearts with an antique bronze wire.
You know what would look lovely? On the website, you've got the heart pendants where you've got 3 pieces of wire, a heart in a heart,
heart in a heart. Heart in a heart, yeah.
You could almost wire one of those on the middle of it. They'd be really pretty.
Puffy hearts at 12 mil. Now these are black hearts, Debbie.
They're lovely.
So are we thinking about mixing them with silvers and golds?
Yeah, I think I would make some bag charms for friends. If anyone's leaving school, end of term, they'd be nice little bag charms for friends, wouldn't they? On a little piece of chain or mobile phone chains.
Yeah,
sort of thing.
Yeah, definitely.
But those are nice put back to back, so they look like little bow ties. They can look nice.
You can make, on that sort of line of thought, they do make great butterfly wings as well.
They do indeed.
Have a look at that. Now I will say, because of that lovely black, I would like to use wire with these silver, gold.
Silver, I think you can't go wrong with black and silver. That's the first thing that sells at every craft fair, black and silver.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Because it's classic, because it's monochrome.
I think so. People are quite happy to buy it, feel comfortable buying it.
Have a look. So these are all 12mm. I was just looking up to see whether they were graduated for you. The code XZGP04, 220 carats. These are great for putting in rings.
They are.
Does it look okay, Debbie, if you're making a round bead out of polymer clay and you're doing a black and white bead, to put a flat bead in the middle of it? Because I've never done that.
Absolutely. I mean, I use gemstones with all my polymer clay, and that would look lovely. I mean, those would look nice at the end of a tassel. Me and my tassels.
They are so DB, tassels.
But I would put those on the end of chain, have lots of little hearts dangling. Very pretty.
They'd make very obviously lovely earrings as well. I think that probably one of the first thoughts is earrings.
But a stretchy bracelet. You do a stretchy bracelet like you've got there and make a little charm like I've done on that bracelet, just with a dangle of silver or a little heart. Beautiful.
I just think the heart, you know, and Mark Smith says this often because he does sell his jewellery a lot at different fairs or whatnot. Woodstock he went to last week. He says hearts are, because of the sentiment behind them, his biggest seller.
Yeah, people go for hearts and flowers every time.
Because it's a nice gift, do you think?
Yeah, I think so.
And because if you're buying for your mum or your sister, someone you love, and you see a heart, and I know, because I do this for me and my daughter a lot, if I see something in a heart, I'll get it for her just so she can keep it. And, you know, it's a nice, it is special, isn't it? I think so. XZGP04, 220 carats of black agate for $7.95. Which Ed's screaming at me, it's too low in my ear. You could hear him then, couldn't you?
Good.
£7.90. If I go out of here with my ears ringing, you'll know why. £7.95. A great addition to your jewellery making stash for absolute sure. We're going to go over and join another one of our fabulous beading buddies. I'm going to go on over and have a look at some more fabulous designs and launch another wonderful bundle. Come with me, come with. Debbie Bolford's got a lovely array of fruit down there. I know, it's very healthy. Hello, Pat, how are you? I'm going to shift you over, sorry, we moved that, that's brilliant. Now, Pat, I'm going to give you the microphone. Okay. Have you've only, this is the first time you've been on, you've been on one of our workshops before.
That's correct, yes.
Have you ever used any of our DVDs or anything like that?
Yes, I have. I've got quite a few.
Have you?
Not had time to watch them all, but I'm collecting them.
The ones that you have watched, would you recommend to other people?
Oh, yes, really useful, really useful.
How long have you been jewellery making for, Pat?
I'd say just under a year.
Oh, not long?
Yeah, and I just do things for myself. I don't
You don't sell it, you do it for yourself.
Yeah,
I do the same thing. Or someone, or Mia, will say to me, make me this, make me that, and I'll do it. You know, just because it's nice to, isn't it? Yeah. I love I love green anyway. I think you had a really lovely bundle today. I think we were lucky. Now, you had the frosted rounds. I love it. Now, tell me, with this little squiggly earrings, I love. They've got so much personality about them, haven't they? Did you use the gizmo and then stretch, or did you do it freehand?
No, gizmo.
Do you use the gizmo often?
Yes, I do. I do.
Is it an easy tool to use?
It's very easy. Very easy.
I can see you've done the gizmo around this necklace, and I love this.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. Have a look. Can you see that at home? Because it's against a black background, it might be a bit difficult. I love it. And now you've stretched your gizmo out as well.
Yes.
Because you can keep it in the neat coils, or you can stretch it out like Pat's done here. And it's gorgeous. I love those gemstones. Do you know what? Let's have a look at the bundle that that ring. I'll put it on while I show. Isn't that fabulous? Your multicolour quartz. I was talking to you about these earlier. I said you're so lucky to get this strand because they're faceted, and you've got the rutilations here. Look at that preonite. Isn't that fabulous? And you've got the amethyst purples, and you're lucky to have the rose quartz in here as well. I think just on its own, that strand is so pretty, isn't it?
Yes, it is lovely.
Do you use these kinds of colours,
yes,
Pat?
I do. They're me.
Right, so the minute you had this bundle, you were comfortable.
Yes, very comfortable.
I think you can see that in your designs. Actually, you've made loads, and the frosted quartz. Some people have never used frosted gemstones before. Are you there on that same one? Have you never used them?
I have used them probably on a couple of occasions. And that's the only bit, those are the only ones that are left. I've got about 12 left, and I just probably would have made a bracelet or some more earrings had I had the time.
Still time. Now, that frosting, Pat, is something that adds, you don't need to use loads of these, and indeed you haven't. Just one or two will make the perfect impact in your jewellery. Then you had, and I just love these, Look how sparkly they are. You have got your moss agate there. What a treat. See, these are right up my street as well. I love green and I love soft colours because they're very sort of British summertime, aren't they?
Lovely. Absolutely lovely. Gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous bundle.
It's called Lily Pond and I love that. I love that name actually. Look at the ring. Look at the ring. It's gorgeous. And we're going to give you a wicked price tag for all three. $14.95. Now, to give you the dimensions of the strands, the beautiful multi-quartz are 14 mil. They're faceted, they're sparkly, they're gorgeous. Then you have the white quartz, the frosted white quartz at 10 mil, and then the 4 mil CD beads of moss agate. Let's have a look at the rest of Pat's designs. Now, I love these over the head necklaces. They make a big impact if you're wearing a dress, and they go all the way down to the tummy. I love them. Look at that. And very simple, Pat, as well to do, because you're just putting lengths of chain in between gemstones and you're securing them with an eye loop, each end that you can see here. Now you've made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pairs of earrings. Love it. I can't believe you're not selling your jewellery. Is it something you're going to look into, or do you just enjoy it for the thrill of the jewellery making?
I'm just enjoying it for myself, really.
I think you can make a business out of this, Pat. Have a look. How beautiful is that ring? It's just stunning. Thank you so much, Pat, for all of your gorgeous jewellery, which you get to now take home with you.
Thank you.
Which is even better. Yes. Thank you so much. Now I'm going to go over, I'm going to grab that off you, and we're going to go and meet another one of our lovely ladies from the Sunday Experience. Thank you, Pat. You're amazing. And we're coming over to you. We're coming over, and we're going to have a look at some more designs. Hello, lovely lady. Hiya, Karen. Now, Karen, again, love these colours.
Beautiful.
I always say it. They remind me very much Cap Kids and Jules Bowden. They're the kind of country classic casuals, aren't they?
Beautiful pastel colours. They'll go with anything, won't they, for the summer?
Definitely. And I can see you're wearing some bright colours. Do you normally go with bright colours? Because I think we all do different things with jewellery.
I still think I'm in winter. Haven't got to summer yet, so no.
These are quite summery that you're wearing. These, though, are just a warm summer's day, a pretty summer's dress, aren't they? You've got 4 beautiful, beautiful colours here. They're very, very soft. What did you think when you first got given this bundle?
I love the aqua green colour and I love the rose quartz, and I just thought they blended really well together.
I just adore what you've done here, and you've used the copper beads that look ever such like rose gold, don't they?
That's what I like, yeah. I love rose gold with that green. I think it lifts it, it makes it a bit warmer than the silver.
Oh my goodness, look at this. Tell me, was it a wirework course you've been on before?
No, sculpted clay.
You're amazing at it.
I've only just started that this year. And that's why I haven't done as much as the others, because I've been messing about with that.
Can you see that against the black background? and you've done something that I've never, ever seen. You've used the tubing down the bottom.
I found it in a box and we were allowed to use it, so I've never used it before, so I thought I'd try that, see what it looked like.
Genius, it looks amazing. Again, another gladiator piece of jewellery. Debbie Bolford's looking in awe. The earrings I've got to have, they're beautiful. I'm going to make those.
I've got to have a necklace, I'm sorry.
Oh, I love it. You're a very talented jewellery maker indeed. They're like bubbles of colour. I'm just going to give you that microphone. Have you got enough hand space to hold it? Do you need something? Sorry. And look at this. With memory wire. How pretty. Oh, Debbie, it's those gemstones just do all the work, though, don't they, with memory wire? So pretty. I mean, I'd wear that with a lovely maxi dress. It's beautiful. Absolutely stunning. Now, I'm going to show you the gemstones that you get. I'm going to give you this beading board because you've got some beads in your hand and it'll make your life a little bit easier. There you go. I know what it's like, because in a minute, if you're anything like me. Have a look at the strands that you're getting with this. Oh, that green. We are going to give you a very low price tag on this one, actually. It's your summer pastels. You've got your rose quartz faceted rounds at 10 mil, your magnesite plain rounds at 8, your serpentine plain rounds at 6 mil, and your amazonite faceted rounds at 10. They're gorgeous, they're beautiful, they're harmonious. They're very Monet, actually, together, aren't they, darlings? $14.95.
That's brilliant.
It's a brilliant price tag for 4 strands.
Yeah. Excellent. And the quality of them too. I love faceted beads because they may be simple, but when the sun's out, it looks fantastic, doesn't it?
I do think it is a summer dress kind of look here. We are looking at these lovely pastels, and you actually create jewellery within a class. You teach.
Yes.
You did teach jewellery, and you know, would you say that our gemstones are a quality that your pupils loved? And
I wouldn't go anywhere else. So with anybody I've taught, I've put them to Jewellery Maker, because to me there is nothing better than that. I've tried other in the past, and no, it's Jewellery Maker, a one-stop shop, and the quality's there. So at least you've got a quality product at the end of it then, haven't you?
This is it. If you work with quality, you're going to produce quality. Yeah. And we all do dip in and out of craft stores for the odd bit when we're in an absolute hurry, and we must. And then it's when we realise, actually, I do think when we do that, we realise what a great deal we're getting at Jewellery Maker. We do. I mean, I do it all the time. I think, what? I've got to pay this just because I need it now? With Jewellery Maker, $14.95. You get it in a couple of days. We ship straight out of our warehouse, which is just down the road in Redditch. Gorgeous. Unbelievable jewellery. Thank you so much. You're so talented. I think Debbie Bolford wants to pick your brain, so we're going to go out to the middle. It is gorgeous. And I'm going to give you some more beautiful blues. Looking up at the summer sky just makes us feel happy, and it's that colour that I've got for you right now. Have a look. I cannot believe how quickly today's show has gone. Now look at this tubing in between each one. Space these out, and I actually love that, because you're really giving each gemstone, when you space them out, their own identity, aren't you? And I think we do squash our gemstones together sometimes, and it's great and it looks fab. But actually, when we get something special, let them breathe. Let that colour be shown off. And what I might do is put a small Ed, these are Mystic coated. Are these Mystic coated?
What are they? Oh, they're beautiful.
Why didn't you tell me about this strand? This is amazing. It's a little treat for people who watch to the end, and we've sold out so much that he's put this in when he wasn't supposed to. It was for tomorrow's show. Oh my, Debbie Bolford,
they are just beautiful.
Need them. I just want them. I don't even know what I'm going to do with them. I want them.
Beautiful.
What's that noise for? What's this? Oh, it's a warning. Dial now or you're going to miss out. Have a look. There's no fire. You need to... what special price these... Do you know what? Look, you've got to. You've got to. If you... Oh, hang on. Hang on. Oh, those blues together. It reminds me of Mamma Mia. We're going to give you, we've got to move fast. We haven't even given you the challenge bundle yet. I've shown it to you. Oh, please, what are you going to do? My tummy's going. What? The butterflies are there. Ed's saying going crazy because he's saying this is far too low. I love this. I love it because you're about to get a bargain. I don't know. I'm going to be honest with you. I didn't even know that this was on screen today. What are you doing?
Dial now.
He's mad as a box of frogs. Here comes the price, he says. You probably heard him yourself. Boom, says Ed. $12.95 for chalcedony of this kind of quality, for gemstones that we use as individuals, for gemstones that we then sell if we do make jewellery to sell on as individuals. So therefore, surely it's a profit-making strand for you as well. I'm going to show you. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. £12.95 is your price tag. But these are going to sell out. Oh, what can I say? Well done to everybody that's got theirs. I'm so sorry, by the way, for everybody that's trying to get things that have sold out today. Our kit's gone. Our ruby, gone. The liquid Sculpey clay, gone. This strand, about to go. So many of our items that we brought to you have sold out in the live show.
I haven't done a huge amount.
Lady Debbie Bolford, but you've done a rosary chain and that is good enough for me. I love it. I love it so deep. Oh, ladder weave, and I tell you what I like about this ladder weave is that you've rode the colours in such a way.
Yeah.
Which I love. Now that is gorgeous, and I tell you, it's so easy a ladder weave.
It is. You can't beat it, can you? I know it's very boring doing it, but I just think it's lovely.
It looks good, and I like it, and your customers like it. Nothing boring about that.
That's right. And if I turn it round, if you pop a little charm on it, it's just nice to have some movement. I always do that on mine.
I think it finishes it nicely.
Same on this one as well. Just a little charm on there, just to make it move when you're wearing it.
I always talk about a rosary chain link, and some people are like, what is that girl talking about? It's so easy. I tell you what, you can do a wrap loop, you can create this.
Absolutely.
It's easy, lemon squeezy. And the thing that I love about it is that it just looks professional. There's no way my friends think I can make things like this, and I like that, because I'm like, I did make it, I did. They know how clumsy I am. Yeah, and it's something to be proud of, and it looks like something you'd buy in a jeweller's.
Absolutely.
That's why I love them.
Those are really simple, just basic ones. Now I did a little bit of chainmail on the little earrings at the other end. Just did like a half Byzantine on there, which I think just adds something.
If you're not sure what on earth a Byzantine is, which, I mean, it is a strange thing to say, go and grab our chainmail DVD.
Absolutely.
We all know, I think we all kind of get what chainmail is. Byzantine is a form of chainmail weave. Have a look at this DB tassel.
It's nice to use the gold and the silver, and you can see it works with both.
Yes. You are right, and I love this blend of colour. All these gemstones go beautifully together.
They do. I've got loads left.
Loads
Have
left.
you? Yeah.
And we did a flower with these.
I know.
What a great bundle.
I love it.
What a great trio.
I love it. Really classic, really expensive. Cashmere sort of colours. Lovely.
Actually, that's a nice description. Cashmere soft is what they are. And we all know how expensive cashmere is. A whiter shade of pale. JEG C67. You have got labradorite faceted rounds at 8mm, white magnesite plain rounds at 7, and your Botswana agate faceted drops that made that wonderful flower, 20 by 10mm. Ooh, at £12.95. That's £3.30, just over £3.30 per strand, and you've got labradorite. It's a wonderful, wonderful investment for your jewellery box, isn't it? 0800 644 655 on the phone lines, or the w's.jewellerymaker.com. On the website. Now, everybody gets the 30-day money-back guarantee. If you are shopping for the first time with us here, and you make up your jewellery and you don't love it, send it back, full refund will be given. You will get a free tutorial DVD that takes you step by step on our website. Because I do understand how confusing the terminology is behind jewellery making, and it is, Debbie. Jig, jump ring, you know, all these weird words, and they are weird. Byzantine is a perfect one. They are weird, weird words, and they're foreign language. What do they mean? Go onto our website, click and like our Facebook page, get that free DVD, and things will become a lot clearer. A lot clearer. £12.95 is your price tag. Don't forget we had that manager special with your jig today. You got the 0.25 wire, you got the jig, Ed's bringing it into me now, and you get 2 meters of wire included. And that went to a silly price, Ed. So yeah, that's what I thought. I didn't want to say it in case it was too low. £6.95 was the price tag for that. We're going to bring the code up for you. And then I'm going to ask Linda what her favourite thing of today's show was. I think I know what it is already. Unfortunately, Linda. Yeah. Yeah, it's gone.
Why am I surprised? The ruby. Yes.
Yeah, I knew it was I knew, because she came in today and she was like, Ruby, I love it, I love it, I love it. Now, ladies, don't stand there. Come on in. We want you.
Move all my stuff out the way.
Let's move. We do love it there, though. We do love it there.
Yeah, I'll move this
Sorry,
out the
was
way.
I supposed to go over there, Claire? Sorry, Claire. She's telling me what to do in me here, and I'm not listening to her at all. I'm so sorry, Claire. So we're going to have, first of all, ladies, I'm just going to do the jig, if you don't mind. I'll just do the jig. We're going to give you that jig at $6.95. The details on your screen right there. Ladies, anybody behind me used a jig before? Yes, Rachel, you have, and you have as well, Pat. Pat, talk to me. Come forth, Pat. Come forth. Pat, the jig. Talk to everybody about why it's a great idea to pick up the phone.
Because you actually end up having the same shape. You know, so I've done quite a few earrings again on the jig, and they're just absolutely spot on.
Because you know you can repeat the same design again and again and again and again. Perfect. And Rachel, come to my left. Talk to me about the jig, why you think it's a great idea.
Again, it's quite nice as well, but you don't have to just stick with like a symmetrical design. You can be quite random with it at the same time. It's, you can be as organic as the wire.
And you can make your own designs, can't you? Yeah. Now, Linda, my lovely, come hither, darling. I haven't spoken to you today.
No. It's been quite.
You've been quiet today, which isn't, you know, it's not the done thing with Linda. Talk to me. I know you're cross about the ruby, but talk to anybody out there that's already got the strand.
Use the jig with them.
Really? Would you?
Yeah, most definitely, because you can make the tiniest intricate patterns, and as Pat quite rightly said, that you can make them uniform. So obviously, a pair of earrings nearly always needs to be uniform, so using the jig you can make these lovely little intricate filigree patterns, and then perhaps even wire wrap, because you've got this fine gauge wire inside already.
And you get a 0.25 with it as well.
No, the black and the gold will be beautiful. So these tiny gems of distinction are perfect using with the wire wrapping jig, without a doubt.
And when we are using gemstones like ruby and we want to make a few of the same design, you know, we want to get it right. We want to get it right every time.
Well, exactly, because, you know, you don't have to justify gemstone, but gemstone, in my view, requires, at that high level of the gems of distinction, it requires a little bit of a thought process, but this takes, the jig takes away that thought process, because you know you are going to get the same shapes. And at the end of the day, there are probably 3 million, if not, don't quote me, combinations. So it's very much, because we're creative as well, it's a great thing for a creative person because it's infinite.
Now, do you know what? I'm a big fan of it. A big fan of the jig. I love the way it does the work for me, and I can just do this. And it's done. Yeah, and I'm like, yes, I did it, yes. Because if I do it freehand, it all goes wrong. Now, there are queues on the phone lines for the jig, and it is a great thing to add. It's a manager special. You get 2 reels of the wire, a metre each, and you get the pegs. Now, anyone that hasn't used a jig before, Chris, Millie, are you tempted to grab one?
Yes, definitely. I'll order one this afternoon.
Are you going to? Yeah. Okay, you better do it as soon as the show. And what about you, Mel?
I think I'll get one today as well.
Good. And do you know what? Millie, come forward, because you've got a message for somebody.
Oh, yes, I have. I'd like to say hello to my little Zamara. Hi.
Who's Zamara?
My little daughter.
How old is she?
She's 4.
Oh, I love that age. Zamara, does she go to school yet?
Yes, she does.
She's got school tomorrow.
Yes.
Oh, Zamara, Mummy's going to make some gorgeous jewellery to take. You can go and show everybody that Mummy was on the telly and made some jewellery. How cute. What did you think of today?
I've enjoyed today's experience. It's been fantastic.
Would you come back again?
Yeah, definitely.
Good. Come back again.
Yeah,
Bring Zamara one day as well.
Zamara.
Yeah, we'd love to see it. Does she jewellery make?
Yeah, she does.
It's going to be half term again soon.
Yeah.
So jewellery make with her.
Oh, will do.
Oh, hello, Zamara. Right, I'm going to ask Pat, what have you thought of the day so far?
Oh, it's been absolutely fantastic.
So again, recommending?
Yes. And I will be coming back, but I've just got to say to my grandchildren, happy birthday, Jess, for today, and
happy birthday! How old is she?
I think is going to be 17, and also Jaden for tomorrow.
Jaden for tomorrow. It's an expensive month for you.
Oh, definitely.
How old's Jaden?
He's going to be 9.
Oh, Jaden. Oh, love it. And get your kids involved with jewellery making, because they do love it, don't they? And Karen, you've taught children jewellery making, haven't you?
Yeah.
And they love it, they get involved?
Every time, and it's a great way of not sitting them in front of the telly and giving them something to do and to go home with their own jewellery. They just love it. So it's a great joy for you, but for the kids as well.
It's good to give them a sense of achievement. Now, very, very quickly, Chris, love today?
Yes, awesome.
Got to say hello to anybody?
Hi, Kira. Love you.
Hi, Kira. Hi, Kira. How old's Kira?
2.
Oh, tiny 2. And Rachel, what about you? Have you had a great day?
Fantastic.
Need to say hello to anybody?
Yeah, hi Tom, hi Scarlett.
Hi Tom and Scarlett. Thank you, ladies. Thank you for all your wonderful jewellery. We're going to say goodbye to the ladies and go on over to the centre. I've got to trot. This is me trotting. Oh, where are we going? Where are we going? No, we're staying here. I don't know why I was going over here. We're going over here, and then we're staying here. Ladies, we're going to say goodbye. Don't forget to watch us on the repeat. You can catch the show on YouTube if you didn't see anything. And don't forget the early bird. If you missed it, stay tuned. It's going to repeat. We're live again at 5. Who's on at 5 today? Di. Have fun with Di. She's fantastic and she loves jewellery making too. Loads of deals coming up with Di at 5 o'clock. All that's left for us to say is a great big goodbye. See you later. God bless.
You can watch Jewellery Maker live every day 9 till 1 on Sky 655, Virgin 756, Freesat 807 or Freeview Channel 43. The Jewellery Maker Wall of Fame is where you get to showcase your skills as a jewellery designer. And each week, one lucky entrant will win £100 credited to their Jewellery Maker account, and the runner-up receives £50. If you want to enter your design, just send a photo to studio@jewellerymaker.com.
Or you can post your photos to Wall of Fame, The Genuine Gemstone Company, Unit 2D, Eagle Road, Moonsmote, Redditch, B989HF.
We all know you need the right tools for the job, so here at Jewellery Maker we have designed a kit to make sure you have all the essentials to join in with the fun. With round nose, flat nose and wire cutter pliers, as well as a reamer, tweezers and a bead scoop, you've got everything you need in one place for just $9.95. We provide the tools, you provide the skills.
When you place your first order with us, you will receive a free booklet and DVD full of